Hello and welcome to the Ascension of Farrahdor.
Hi everyone.
I hope you're all very well.
Yeah.
How are all of you?
It's a million degrees.
It's so warm. It's so warm.
It's not as warm as it was that day.
No,
it's not.
I fear
it's not.
it could end up getting there.
It could encroach.
But to be fair, it's like nearly 6 o'clock now, so
Yeah.
it can only be getting cooler from this
but
point
the
on.
roleplay is only going to get hotter.
Oh my god.
So we'll counterbalance
like that
it.
part.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
That
right.
kind of
Okay,
way.
so we're gonna get some. So we're getting some spicy roleplay. Okay.
Nice.
You
I
have no
realised
idea.
we haven't shut the blinds back there.
Ah,
You
don't
can kind of
worry
see
about it.
through. It doesn't matter.
It
It's
doesn't
warm.
matter. It doesn't
It's
matter.
not.
Pencil sharpener, please.
The pencil sharpener, please.
Oh. Here for you.
Yo, we are snacked up on this
we
table
are,
today.
we are
Yeah, we are
snacked
We got
Snacked up.
donuts, we got cookies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we got
Pommes.
brownies.
Is it a brownie?
Wow.
Yeah, we're snacked up.
I got Kong Strong.
Nice. Cheers.
The drink of alphas.
Yeah.
Drink of Alpha
Am
Mills.
I right,
Yeah,
ladies?
Such as
So
I,
true.
the Alpha Mill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's me.
The
Yeah.
leader of the pack.
That's what they say about me.
That's what they say.
And I like to really, get that across.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by drinking your Kong Strong.
Yeah, because I am the Alpha.
Nice,
Yeah.
So am I.
nice.
Anybody get anything they want to update the people on? No.
I'm looking for things, but
It's okay if not, because to be fair, it's 10 to 6 and we should probably get into the session. So if not,
True.
I will
No.
graciously lead us in.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything official to talk about. No.
Okay.
But the dice trail.
Matthew 3D printed
I
some
did 3D print
dice
some
tails.
dice, some
So when
dice.
Abby inevitably rolls 5 billion natural ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, I noticed how this one migrated and stayed at my
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Margaret
much
doesn't need
fun.
it. Margaret
They're
just
very
rolls
fun.
fucking 20s all the time.
Well,
Yeah,
not
that's true.
not necessarily true.
Let's have a bash, shall we? I'm
You-
going to use
you-
it as a dice roller.
I think you're top on 20s.
I am.
Yeah. I bet you are.
I exploded
I
the
may need
dice
to
gel.
redesign these
I
dice gels to
exploded the
become
dice
Abby
gel.
proof.
Oh my
an
god.
18.
18,
You
that's
wasted
good.
your only good roll of the day.
Damn.
There we
And
go, it's
I,
done.
broke, and I broke the gel.
No, my jail
My
cell.
gel cell.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew's looking with disgust at how you put it back together.
You put it back, because I'm a klutz.
You snap the whole thing in half.
Just the slightly deep side goes on the front where it'll fit.
Nice.
That's really
Why
smart.
is that so difficult?
Matthew, I can't count.
No, we do have really exciting news.
Oh my god.
Abby got accepted into university. Congratulations.
I'm going to use all the intellect that I display frequently here at this table
Yes.
to assist me in my masters.
Yes.
My masters.
My masters.
Yes, you're going to be
Yes.
writing creatively.
Creative writing.
A master's in
Congratulations.
creative writing.
Thank you.
Good shit. Well
Yeah.
done, Abby.
Congratulations,
Well done,
you.
Abby.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, I think that's it though. Actually,
I still
think that's
can't
it.
count. Fortunately,
Yeah,
that
well-
wasn't
I
an
mean, you
entry requirement.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
true.
Who needs to
No,
count?
it doesn't matter.
Day
Yeah.
one equation.
Day one. What's 1 plus 1?
You're not allowed into the
They kick you out.
auditorium unless you do a simple math equation for creative writing class.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, the worst that could happen is say you got to do 1,000 pages. Like, how much is 1,000?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I do 17 and I'm like, is this it?
You know the number 17?
Oh,
There we go. That's
See?
one of them.
Pretty
That's it.
good.
That's one of them. I can count up to that,
nice.
At least.
at least.
That's perfect. I think that's all you're gonna need.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Are we ready to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you so much to all our patrons and YouTube members.
You have no idea how much we appreciate your support.
Gain exclusive access either on Patreon or become a channel member here on YouTube for perks like channel badges and emotes on YouTube.
You get 2 extra and exclusive monthly live streams, including a roundtable with a cast of our D&D actual play, The Ascension of Farrahdor, for all of your burning questions.
As well as an intimate D&D advice live stream where we can answer your D&D questions in depth and one-on-one.
If you would like to support us directly and gain access to these perks, check the link in the description to go to our Patreon or simply click the join button here on YouTube.
Thank you. Okay.
Wow. Don't be too excited, Matthew.
Where did we begin last time? I'll tell you where we began.
The
We
nest.
began waking up in the laying lovers, and we took ourselves swiftly to Cloaks and Capes.
Oh, yay!
We
Some
did.
really good
yes,
stuff.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, we
did.
did.
Well,
We
actually,
got-
I couldn't keep a lie anymore and told everyone.
Oh, about the
Oh,
ichor.
the
yeah.
About
Yeah,
the
Okay, yes, you
true.
told.
Yeah.
We told them all about it
Yeah.
after Ranga figured out what the Ica does
Yeah.
with
Yes.
your
Yeah,
cell.
he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's such a smart boy.
Yeah.
He did with
He's
a little
doing
bit of
creative
Theo's help.
writing at university.
Yeah,
a
and
little-
Andy's counting.
Yeah,
Yes.
He can do it all.
He's doing
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
He's doing creative mathematics.
He's doing a master's in counting.
Yes. yes.
Oh.
Wow.
We we then went and
Silences.
did loads of research in the library.
You did. You went from Cloaks and Capes, where you picked up a number of very awesome magic items,
A cloak,
to
a spellbook, a crit sword, a great sword, a
and a
disadvantage sword, some spell scrolls,
yeah.
a glass eye, and our lead box.
Yeah.
Lead box.
Yeah.
You also got given.
Jesus.
What was that?
About that. I gripped it too tightly with my thigh.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
You,
For free, by the way.
You also were sponsored by Cloaks and Capes. They cut you a little bit of discount to make sure that you handed out leaflets and mentioned them in the appropriate places.
Yeah.
As they cut you a good deal and you walked away with plenty of good magic items, you went to the library or the halls of Medeus and were escorted around the library as you picked up a number of books and did a bunch of research on a number of things. Can anybody remember exactly what you found out?
We learnt about the quennial powers.
Kenial powers, yeah.
Quennial powers, who were the gods before the gods. We have the Golden Guide, who is Uriel. We have the Pale Prince, who is Terendel. The Summer Queen, who is Ildris. The Dancing Devil, who is Araxis. And the Lady of Shadows, who is Nalfane.
Very good. You learnt about those things, and Theo, as he was fulfilled with gaining all of this knowledge and
I was having a really good day.
having a
Having
really
a
good
Theo's having probably the best day he's had
day.
so far in this campaign.
been to a
Really
magic
good day.
shop. It
Yeah.
all felt really good. You
Went
sat
to a
there
library.
and looked upon the quote.
The quote,
Quoth
which was,
the Raven.
in rising, hopefully now I am saved, which the first letters spelled out
Indris.
Irinus.
Uranus. What's Indris?
Iranas.
What is Indris?
Ildris. Ildris is the name of one of the Kenial powers.
Yes, Ildris is the Summer Queen.
Yes.
We learned some information about the Eternal War. We learned that there was a betrayal and it was an inside job. We learned about the Underdark. We learned about I was going to call him the Undertaker. What's his name? the Collector. But we learned a fucking lot of shit, actually.
Yeah.
You did. You'd gathered a lot of knowledge just from traveling Farrahdor and putting yourselves in positions of inquiry over the last month or so. And here, being in a library for the first time that has a lot of knowledge to look upon, you used your experience of the last weeks or so and found out a number of things about the history of Farrahdor and what had happened before and what is happening right now and what had happened maybe in the last 20 years. You then left here.
We also found out about Medeus's parents who lived in Arakor, in the Hungering Wood and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no one really knows what went on there.
Yes.
You left and went to one of the teleportation towers, and it took you to the southeast of Caligor. And you got to a plateau where it was... You could tell that this side of Caligor maybe doesn't get quite the attention that the entrance does. And you began to make your way down one of the three staircases down into the mists. As you got down there, you could see the shift in tone from the beautiful, clean Caligor down to the dark, dank mists. And while, yes, there was a few people eyeing up your goods and looking you over, there was definitely a few people giving you a nice smile and welcoming you, as not everyone down here seems to be hostile. You made your way out to the northern side of the mists into a rough area of the town where not a lot of people were walking the streets. And you went to somewhere called the Shallow Swill.
And I had a lovely drink and a little nap, and that's all that happened.
All
Yeah.
that happened. You cast a enhanceability on silence as she was going in to speak the code under his eye and wait for the response. We are all seen to try and get a introduction, to try and get some information, to try and get a meeting with somebody in the cult of the Eyeless, as you had got a friend in Linden River, Folkestone Pass, of Siltercore.
Mm-hmm.
You three stayed outside and rolled some extremely good stealth checks. You went in and muttered the phrase, and you were guided, blindfolded, and changed directions a number of times until you were left in some sort of basement area. Silently for 15, 20 minutes until some very calm footsteps entered the room and sat across the table from you and let you know that you could take the blindfold off your head. And as you did, you were met there with a smart-looking, very prim and proper gentleman on the other side of the table who took his glasses off eventually and showed you these bright, glowing blue eyes. And he was maybe just a little too insightful for you as he asked you the reason that you were here. You raised a number of very fantastic points that were exactly what he wanted to hear, but sadly he looked through the lies. And
he had met Raphael.
He had met Raphael,
And
and
he
he
knew about Bastion.
knew about Bastion. He sadly modified your memory to let you know that you didn't remember this meeting, you didn't remember why you were here, you never met a man called Siltercore, and you've never heard of the Cult of the Eyeless. But little did he know that you were here with three of your friends. You then appeared back upstairs, not remembering what had just happened, sipping at a little glass of your whiskey. And that...
I think the last thing happened was I messaged you, like, is everything okay? And you're like, yeah, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
And we will start with that message.
I just want to ask, so what do I think is the reason why I'm here?
I'll let you roleplay that.
Okay. What exactly do I remember walking in here? Do I remember?
Yeah. So you remember the. Let me put it this way.
His exact words were, forget you ever met me, forget Silterco, and forget the Cult of the Eyeless.
So
Yeah.
I only remember coming in,
And ordering
getting
yourself a drink.
and then falling asleep.
Yeah,
and
not even
then
falling
waking up.
asleep. It was just a moment where your eyes felt like they went blurry, and you like rubbed them, and there was like darkness as you rubbed them, and then you just sat there with a drink.
And the guy beside me has just woken up
Yeah,
as well.
he's just woken up. He's just finished off the small bit of beer that was in his mug, and he's just putting he's just like, see, he's like nodding back off.
What does he look like?
What does he look like? He's just a middle-aged, balding human gentleman. You can see the hair that he has got left is dark, and it's like pushed over into the back, sort of to try and cover up the balding bit at the back. He's got some scruffy like workman's clothes on and some big heavy boots. You imagine like some of this is left over from where he works. You see, he sits there, he drinks the beer and he puts it back down, and he sees to like order another one, but as he's not being seen in the first second of his hand being up, it sort of like comes back down.
And nothing remotely religious about him.
No.
It's apparent. Okay. And is the gnome still there?
The gnome is still there, just still shining some of the mugs behind the bar.
Okie dokie.
Disgusting little rag.
There's a nasty little rag.
Oh, the rag.
I thought you were talking
No, I
about
weren't talking about the
Little
gnome,
rag.
Margaret.
No, me neither.
As soon as you say gnome and disgusting,
Yeah.
she thinks you're describing the gnome.
Silence says that out loud and she means it about the gnome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sipping on my whiskey.
So I'll say to these guys, she's back. I got in contact. She said everything's fine, though.
That's good.
It's good, but she just disappeared for half an hour, and then she comes back and says I'm fine like nothing happened. That's weird.
That is weird. Do we wait for her, or do we...
I mean, if you said everything's fine, then maybe she got what she wanted.
Yes.
Surely, right?
Yeah.
I'll send another message to you. Are you coming out, or are you staying in there a while? Should we come in?
No, I'm gonna come out now.
Okay. She's on her way out.
Okay.
I will finish the rest of my whiskey.
You see the gnome sort of walks over as you finish it, and they're like, You want to freshening up?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'll get up and leave and go to my friends.
You head outside and round to the corner and you see them outside.
One more thing. Do I remember the fact that they're hiding outside?
Yes.
Okay.
There's... roll me an insight check.
Oh. 10.
10. There's... 10's not bad. There's clearly little bits missing for you.
Yeah.
And some things just aren't, like, adding up.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel almost just a little discombobulated from this whole experience.
Especially considering a dive bar isn't the type of place I normally
No.
frequent.
As silence gets closer, Lenore's gonna like bridge the gap. You're right.
I'm going to know that you were hiding and like quickly put you back into the alley.
Put you back in your place.
Get back. So, not a nice place to have a drink.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't talk here.
Yeah, Lenore's like,
Mm,
oh, she's saying we shouldn't talk here.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe we should get out of here then.
Why was I in there? That isn't the type of place I would go.
What?
Why are y'all hiding outside?
We should definitely get out of here.
Was I supposed to do something in there? Because I just bought a drink and came back out. I drank the drink quickly, but...
Let's just get out of this immediate
Mhm.
vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think Lenore can't tell if silence is being like,
Roll me an insight check.
Yeah, I also can't tell.
If you want to roll me an insight check, please feel free.
I'm bad at insight, but we'll give it a go.
16.
Oh my god.
I'm
I'm really good at insight, actually, turns
Just
out.
roll me a d20.
21.
Oh my god.
10.
10. If you got above a 10,
Yeah, I got
18.
21.
Yeah, we all did.
Everybody
All of you can see.
Wow. I'm so
Look,
insight.
if there's anything that silence is, it's not a bullshitter. And you know that she's maybe not the best liar all the time, but you walk out and there's just something off.
I think we just get out of this immediate area and we'll talk.
Mhm.
As we're moving away from this area, can I just give Sans a quick look of it? Is there anything different about her compared to when she went in?
Not physically. Not physically, but I think, I don't know, you can, how do you feel like Sans is feeling right now, knowing that she feels a little off and her friends have greeted her with this sort of...
She is confused because she doesn't know why she went in there and she knows that's not the type of place she would choose to go. So she's presuming she was on a scouting mission, but she has no memory of what it was that she was scouting. So she is a wee bit perturbed and not super enthusiastic about leaving the area either. But she doesn't fight too much about that.
I'm going to, let me just check. I'm going to do a quick cast of Identify on you, and it lets me know if there's any spells or anything affecting it, just to see if there's anything weird going on there.
Let me just double check if there's anything lingering.
Lingering.
I'm hoping that there might be. Eat right into the mic just while Jack looks this up.
I followed the silence for you, don't worry.
No,
Please,
there
can I
doesn't seem to be
use the
anything
fan on my
lingering.
hand?
There doesn't seem to be anything lingering.
I don't know
on
why I
her.
needed to say that into the microphone.
Yeah, you, Ranga, don't see anything physically different about her, but you can just tell from spending the last 2-3 weeks around silence every single day. You just know that there's something not right.
Seeing that silence is hesitant to leave the immediate area, we'll leave the immediate area, but we'll stay in the vicinity, just not like pressed up against the back of the fucking tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a number of abandoned buildings around here. If you want to try and
Did anyone follow us?
duck in, are you leaving now?
We're good,
I'm
yeah.
also going to pay attention to if
Well,
anybody's following us or anything.
Give me a perception check.
25.
25. Are you trying to sneak away?
Natural
I think
one.
we should.
Okay, natural 1 for the perception check and 25 perception check.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I
roll me
think
some stealth checks.
No, maybe a natural one as well.
19.
Natural
Oh my God.
20
Oh my god!
Wow.
for 25 because I still have the fucking thing. Oh,
Also
yeah.
25.
Oh my
25,
God.
25.
23.
Oh my god! I got the
Nice.
lowest with a 19.
Wow.
Damn.
You're a stealthy bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, you all sneak away to a abandoned, what looks like was a house at one point. One of the walls has just like crumbled inwards, and inside there is just scattered bricks and plasterboard and things like that, and remnants of furniture that's been broken and used for like fires. You can see like in here there is a fire that has been used maybe a month or two ago that hasn't been put up since.
I want to quickly check for, just to make sure it is abandoned, just any signs of recent activity in here.
Everything seems like there is a thick layer of dust on the
Okay.
floor that doesn't look like it's been treaded.
Cool.
You see the gnome that serves you in the bar just opens the front door of his tavern and sort of looks around, like maybe making it obvious to maybe just be looking around, but maybe could be looking around for you. And closes the door and goes back in.
Doesn't look like he saw us.
Doesn't look like he's not with those stealth checks.
Let's
Not
go.
with fucking an average of like 23.
Let's go.
Nice.
Okay.
We'll get into the building and we'll move kind of towards the back where we can keep an eye on the front door and if there's any windows.
Yeah.
But we'll gather. Please tell me you're just being big brain about this, and you just didn't want to talk outside of the tavern.
I ain't been big brain about nothing. I went in, had a drink, came out. Didn't see much. There was a guy passed out. And there was a gnome serving.
You were gone for like half an hour.
Half an hour.
A little over half an hour, yes.
Did you meet up with the guy that you were supposed to?
What guy?
It's gonna look at these two like,
Why don't you tell us what you do remember? What happened in there?
I went in. There was a guy passed out at the bar. There's a gnome serving. It's a real dingy looking place. I ordered a whiskey.
What exactly did you say to the gnome?
I said, can I have a whiskey? And he gave me one. I had a sip. I got a weird twinge in my head for a second.
did you
Like I went kind of dizzy, but for a brief second, and then
did you say the code word to him?
what code word?
Under his eye.
Under whose eye?
Do you know something that could have done this to her? To not leave you in the dark. You were supposed to go in there to be meeting. Do you remember Siltico, who you met at the temple, who I had an argument with?
One sec, actually. I'm gonna start rummaging around. Does she still have the letter on her?
The letter, yes, she does.
I'm gonna pull it out of her pockets, open it up. This is what you went in for. I'll read it out to her, I suppose.
I'll touch it, presuming it's in Celestial, and then it's not, and I won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll read out the whole thing to her again.
Who's Siltico?
You believe he's aligned with Sagetsan Jassarian. You believe that
Do I remember everything I've learned about Sagetsan?
You
Okay.
learn you know everything about Sagetsan.
you met him in Folkestone. I came with you to the temple, remember? You were looking for people who worshipped Cavandir, and I had a fight with him. I told him. He said under his eye, and he was not talking about Cavandir, and he said he'd write to you here in Caligo, and he did. That's the letter. You were supposed to be doing some recon. You believe that he's aligned with Sagetsan Jassarian or worse, and it was important to you and all of us to work out what he's done something to her.
There are spells that can affect memory.
Do you remember who we are?
Spells that can...
Yeah, I know who y'all are. I knew you were outside. That's why I was confused. I didn't know why I was in there by myself.
So
I did presume I was supposed to look for something, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was looking for.
You remember walking in and you remember leaving, and that's it.
I tried to see if any spells were affecting her, but whatever it is that's done this, it's run its course. It can't be dispelled now. Let me try something. The magic items we got, I could choose the spells. Do I have those now already?
Yeah, as soon as you've attuned to it, you can choose 5 spells that you get.
Yes. I will kind of approach you, and I run my hand like behind your head, and you see this almost like X-ray through her kind of skull and into her like brain there, and
It's tiny.
it's this little tiny thing, perfectly symmetrical.
Oh my god, no
wrinkles.
wrinkles!
Not a single wrinkle.
Just a monkey with symbols.
Yay!
But I kind of start like moving my fingers really delicately, and you see like the little bits of brain just like squidge very ever so as I'm looking for something. I'm going to use detect thoughts, one of my new ones. And I was going to say to you,
oh no, you can find out all her nasty thoughts.
don't resist. I'm looking for something.
All right.
And I will immediately probe deeper. I'm gonna avoid looking for any of her secret thoughts.
What the hell?
I know. Character growth, right?
Why can't
God,
you
back in
see?
the day, Silence would never let Theo
no.
have
How
this on
could
her.
you see?
I'm gonna avoid looking for any of that, but I'm gonna see.
Are you going to flit into a memory of a recent memory so you can see how I see?
Go straight to the barn dance.
I go straight to the barn dance.
Okay.
But I'm looking for air, if I can find a memory of what just happened recently, but expecting that that's probably not there, I'm going to look for any like abnormalities, any weirdness that might suggest that something's been erased. Anything like that. That's what I'm going to look for.
Give me... God. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
How does this feel, by the way, for me?
Oh, it doesn't feel painful.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely feel like, I guess a bit like a little hangover, just when your brain hurts a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not painful. Painful is just uncomfortable, I think, a little bit.
I think to distract her while that's happening.
You do a dance.
Lenore does the barn dance.
I am going to use a lucky for this one.
Back in the day, jingle, jingle, jingle.
Lenore's just going to check you over to make sure he hasn't physically harmed you in any way. She's just going to lift your sleeves up and look at the palms of your hands and check you over.
Yeah.
30.
Ooh.
Okay.
19.
Doesn't look like anything physical happened to her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Using detect thoughts, you look through like recent memories, and it's like a tape. You can like start, and as you focus, you can just see going into the arcane tower and popping out the other side and heading down the stairs and getting into the mists and walking towards the tavern. And then suddenly she gets inside the tavern, and then for a second it like stops and you're like stuck in that moment, and then it skips. And it almost, to somebody who didn't roll a 30 and who isn't as in tune to magic as you, it would have seemed like a perfect cut.
Yeah.
It would have seemed like she picks up the drink, and then there's a moment where the drink is just ever so closer to her mouth, and you just see that arcane interference in that moment that something's missing.
Yeah.
And it was carefully done. It was almost expertly done.
So this is just someone who knows what they're doing.
Someone who might be very meticulous about
somebody
things.
who might be extremely meticulous.
Someone powerful.
Somebody powerful. Somebody who knows exactly what their job is and knows exactly what to look for and what to leave out. But
Yeah.
with your 30, you just see an abnormality in there.
Okay. And there's, because it's so expertly done, there's no way I can like, I don't know, undo a bit or like unravel anything like that. There's just nothing there at all.
Okay.
You kill me.
Just silence brain damage.
Yeah.
I'll tell.
Just full entire brain.
I'll
stem
tell
out.
you what.
Okay.
As you use your magic to grasp either side of that memory, knowing where the incision is, and you begin to try and pull to see what's in between, I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on.
Oh,
You got
why am I
this.
trying to do advantage? Me giving myself advantage.
It should be pretty good.
15.
15. Okay, 15. You tug at the beginning, and you begin to see her put the drink down and lean over the bar, and as she's paying the coppers, she says, under his eye. And you see the gnome respond, we're all sane. Takes the coppers, asks you to follow, takes you into the cupboard, and you see the like sack go on the head. As you see, she's like walked through a winding and purposefully, intentionally turning her around and spinning her to try and sort of misdirect where she's going.
I'm gonna pay careful attention to the route that she took.
Roll me
While she's going.
a intelligence check. Roll me a history check.
Okay. 12.
That's okay. You don't know the exact directions, but you do see her, like, you do hear her getting brought down into a room and sat down. And then she sits there for a long time. And you hear the door open, you hear the footsteps walk down, and somebody sits in the chair opposite to her. You begin to try and pull again. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm doing advantage again. Oh my god.
Oh, let's go.
That's a 16.
16. If you want to do something to this, you may be able to succeed.
Do we have any
But
runs yet?
That is not a success
we
right
have
now.
2 left, yes.
Might I use
Yes.
the bronzier?
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
it
worth
me
it.
using the bronzier or you using the bronzier? Who asked?
Is it your save, right?
Okay.
It's your saving throw.
1d8.
I'm
Add a
gonna.
D8.
This is like hurting me. It's giving me a headache.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, I know that it's slipping away because it's hurting so much, and I've still got the bronzier. So I like tap it a bit, and I'm like, bronzier, I can't. Can you try and settle my mind with this?
You, who has bronzier?
Me.
We
You
give
have
it to
it?
her on
you,
the way in.
You pick it up and you hold it there, and as you hold it there, you can it begins to warm in your hands, and he just like soothes you a little bit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's a really good point.
Oh my god.
That's 21.
21. You begin to hear that first line be spoken. You hear, you can take the sack off now. And as you see, she like takes the sack off. You see sat across the other side of the table that khaki green shirt that's like tightly fitted, and this athletic body underneath, and these nice like pleated dark trousers, and these set of sunglasses on with that buzz cut hair. And you can just see him just looking at her over the table, and he asks the simple question of, and why is it that you are here? And you hear the perfect response, hitting on notes that, again, as soon as you say certain things, you can see him just like clocking everything that you're saying. And you see him look down and take the glasses off, and you see the like the glowing blue eyes just like staring back at her. And you can see him just reading her.
Glowing blue or just like piercing blue?
They're like piercing, almost glowing. They are like so beautifully crystal blue white. They almost look like they give off an emanation of some sort of magic or arcane.
Wow.
Upon recalling this now, I don't remember things that I've put in my own backstory, to be clear, so... Do these eyes look remotely angelic? Would I know that?
Not angelic, no, but
Okay.
tell you what, give me a history check.
14.
I'll say you've only ever really seen eyes like this on one other person.
Mm-hmm.
And that only other person was Silticore.
Okay.
Not quite as
Very interesting.
not quite as
I now remember
intense.
Silvercore.
Yes. As this conversation's happening, bits are coming back to
Cool.
you. 21 was brilliant, so
Mhm.
you actually pushed this quite far.
Sick.
Nice.
And you say all these things, and you can see him like it's almost like he's going through a checklist as you're like looking through your mind and you're recalling back on the situation. Now that you're not in that pressure of that situation, you sit there and you can feel Theo like tugging at a part of your mind that has been locked away from you, and it's painful and it hurts, and you've got a migraine, but you know you can see it as well. And you see him like checking everything off, and then you see him take the glasses off to intentionally look at you with his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see him like reading you.
Does it seem like this is a Cyclops from X-Men situation where his glasses are like hiding his eyes or like mitigating his power or somewhere?
You can probably just imagine down here is not a particularly sunny place. It's not a particularly bright place. It's actually an extremely dark place as the mist almost forms a canopy. It's very dank. It's very miserable. Wearing sunglasses here would be for migraines,
Right.
and that would be about it. He's intentionally not showing his eyes.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense.
And roll me one last wisdom saving throw as you tug and you tug and you tug and you see.
So that's an 11. Could I use the last Barunzia? Could I save it with a Barunzia?
11, you just couldn't save it with a
Oh,
bronze.
I guess it's
I'm
20 is the
very sorry,
threshold.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It went 15, 17, 20.
Oh,
Can I ask, so the point where I can't remember where everything happened in the conversation.
Yeah.
At the point where he's taken off the glasses, has he asked me about Bastion?
No, he took the glasses off, and then that's when at the
Okay.
beginning he wanted to listen to your first statement as to why you were here. And then when the conversation starts,
Yeah.
he takes his glasses off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
Could
took
use
them
the-
off before he mentioned Bastion.
Could use the advantage, maybe.
Yeah.
has he mentioned his name at this point?
Yes.
He has, yes.
Okay, so we know his name.
Mhm.
We
You
what he
know
looks
that
like.
his name is Cassius.
Cassius. Would you be okay with me using the advantage?
Hey, listen, go for it. Yeah, yeah.
It's right at the beginning, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Most dangerous time to use
Yeah, I
it.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
Exact
close.
same again.
It rolled
Oh.
off a 20.
Oh,
It rolled
that
off a
was real.
20.
This one's going in the dice jail straight
Yeah,
away.
go on, go on.
Straight away.
That was real unfortunate.
Oh, no, Abby.
Oh, nice.
Straight
Yeah.
into the dice jail.
Straight into the fucking dice jail.
Okay, so you see the point of the conversation where he takes his glasses off, and the conversation is about to, like, you see most of that. You see him mention Bastion. You see him mention Raphael. And at the point of the conversation where
Oh, I do see that.
you see
Okay.
all of that,
Oh,
Oh, cool.
okay.
and then he reaches under the table and he says, I don't want to make this messy. And he's about to pull something out, and then the vision just stops. The like searing pain takes over your mind, and you almost like push Theo away, but you unlock a vast amount of the
Well
knowledge
done.
that was taken
Nice.
away.
I can't believe that worked.
Good job. Well
Oh no, I don't
played.
get to beat the fuck out of the norm.
Yeah, what the hell?
That was my whole intention this week. I had a whole speech.
I will relay all of that to
Mhm.
everyone at the table, and I guess you remember a lot now that we've unlocked that as well.
And how does
the
that fit for
fuck?
you?
As he was unlocking it, I could remember. Give me one quick second.
Okay.
I'm going to switch to Celestial. So Theo has unlocked my memories. So, did you see all that?
Were you just so I know, were you like saying it out loud when you were recalling it?
Theo did, but I'm asking if she remembers it.
She doesn't remember it.
Right.
She sees what you see, but she has her own memories.
Mhm.
So, the fact that, you know, when that spell was cast, she had to make a saving throw as well.
Thing is, I don't know any of that. Silence doesn't know any of that.
So she has basically the exact same position that you were 5 minutes ago. She doesn't remember anything.
Did you say that out loud in Celestial? Hearing Silence ask the Righteous Dead out loud and seeing that Silence had talked to Barunzia, Lenore's going to ask Barunzia, did you see anything?
I was under the table. I didn't see much.
Did you hear anything?
It was a little muffled. I'll roll a perception. Tell me what. You can roll me a perception check for Barunzia in this moment.
Oh, no.
Can I ask, did I remember him saying
13, whatever
13.
his mod is.
He doesn't have a huge mod for perception, sadly, so he maybe heard bits and bobs, but
Understood.
nothing that Silence wouldn't remember right
Understood.
did I remember him saying silence, God be here?
now.
No,
That was
okay.
right at the end.
Yeah. So, what
Oh,
did
it
the
was, yeah.
Righteous Dead just say to me, sorry?
Well, first of all, when you get in touch with the Righteous Dead for the first time in a while, there is a very long, intentional pause.
I'm about to start shouting at her in this abandoned building.
But you hear a very cold response. What did you ask her?
Did she remember all that?
No.
No.
I seem to have lost a bit of time.
What is the nature of our connection? Do you only see what I see?
You are my eyes.
There is nothing further, just the sight.
For now.
So it was something visual that altered the memory.
Something what?
Visual
That.
altered the memory.
So because basically he cast a spell.
No, Silence is asking. She's coming to a conclusion that if their connection is visual only,
Yes.
that there was a visual component that altered her memory.
Yes.
Okay.
Big brain.
Well, I guess it's no point bringing it up now, but can't you look away?
The girlies are fighting.
She doesn't respond.
Wow.
Does she remember anything?
No, she doesn't. I'm sorry, I'm going to switch back to common. No, she doesn't remember anything.
So the same thing happened to her.
Seems to be, yeah.
And I didn't see what he put on the table. I just saw him reach down, right? Yeah.
I wonder what it was that... From what you're saying, the conversation was going really well. I wonder what it was that alerted him to do that.
I'm significantly more concerned that he knows who my father is.
And he knows Bastion.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be more that he was fishing for information from Silence. And he'd got what he wanted.
Hmm.
Because why would he bother doing that for no reason at all if he was going to wipe your memory anyway?
Hmm.
I guess we didn't even really get information about the cult of the Eyeless at all. Anyway,
No.
and I imagine,
Except from... Sorry, carry
Yeah.
on.
I imagine he didn't know that we were there because why would he let you come straight out? You think he probably would have tried to alter our memories as well?
I did get one useful piece of information. Him and Siltico had mighty similar eyes.
I'll borrow the hat a second and just show these two what Cassius looked like.
Cassius.
Cassius, sorry.
No, has a nosebleed. Sorry. Right. And it's the cult of the Eyeless, and you, I don't know if it's still what you think now, but you were under the assumption it could very well be related to Sagatz and Jarsarian. My uncle, maybe he had no right to be telling children this is a scary story in the dark, but he told a story of a man who came across Sagatzin's tomb. And his eyes, they were gouged out.
You think they're related?
I don't know.
It's possible.
Under his eye, the cult of the Eyeless. He mentions your father. And you even said your father you could see himself aligning with Sagetsan Jassarian. Or at least what Sagetsan stood for.
My father had a big ego on him, but he seemed to be aware of his own lack of capability to always be comfortable half standing in someone else's shadow. It wouldn't surprise me if he found another bigger, stronger entity to attach himself to.
Yeah. Well, what do we want to do with all of this information? We could storm in, if you can remember. We could...
It was labyrinthine, this place below. I can't remember the exact. I tried to follow.
It's alright.
I feel like anyone that can alter someone's memory like that is pretty dangerous.
It was expertly done. This was a powerful man who did this.
I think maybe later on I will take you on your offer to speak to someone from Bastion. Someone who might be slightly less likely to go to my father.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you do speak to someone from Bastion, it might be a good idea to ask if your dad's eyes are blue like that now.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly check what color my dad's eyes were. 'Cause I did put that in my backstory.
You said his eyes were they like a pale blue or a mana
They're like
blue?
a crystal blue. They're like a really light.
I can see it.
I can
Blue.
visualize it.
Wait. Oh.
You know, like when people have scary blue
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
And every time they look at you, they're like,
Jeff the killer.
Yeah.
And it's not like mana blue, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's not like colour shocked out of them blue. Like,
What?
looked into the Everflame blue.
Oh.
No, nothing like that, no.
No.
My dad's eyes golden like mine were. I thought that was the case. I just couldn't quite remember.
Yeah, you've been through a lot. There's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of brain things going
Yeah.
on. Well, you say he wore sunglasses and he had these distinct eyes. You don't wear sunglasses in the mist.
No.
You don't.
Unless you're trying to hide your eyes.
Exactly. Maybe
Well,
it would be easy to find people similar.
well,
Or
that's
see
the-
them at least.
He's either hiding them because it's so distinctive, or he's hiding them because they have power behind them,
Hmm.
and he wants to not inadvertently use that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
I think it might be wise to not go near that place again for now.
Not right now. But at least we'll recognize him if we see him.
and as far as he knows, and as far as that gnome knows, you
You don't know.
you have no memory of this. He doesn't. I'm assuming he doesn't know that you were here with us.
No, he has no idea, as far as I'm aware either.
So that's an advantage.
I don't think he would have bothered. Oh well. He wouldn't have wiped her memory if he knew that there were people outside ready to tell her it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. He certainly wouldn't have wiped the whole memory of Siltico. What would be the point in
Exactly.
that? I mean, stupid enough. He kept the letter on me, but then again, if he knows my father, he might know that I can't. I appear to be walking around as somebody with sight, but I might know I can't read that letter.
I mean, did you show him the letter? Perhaps
No,
he
I didn't. He might not have
He might not
checked.
have even known.
I wonder if he aligns himself with your father or not.
Seems to be.
Then why not align himself with you? Unless,
Depends on what my father told him.
yeah,
He didn't say when he saw your father. It could have been a while ago.
you don't ever recall anyone entering Bastion, someone visiting.
Not for a long while. When it first started up, people would occasionally visit, but that was when I was a child. My grandma, my dad's side, my grandparents on my mom's side.
Yeah.
Some other people would have, random odd family members. It wasn't really allowed outside the inner circle because obviously my dad didn't want people to have contact with people on the outside, but that's how the second lot that came knew that we were there, through the people like
Yeah.
my maternal grandparents and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, the people arrived, but after the fall of Isrendith and the small influx of people that came then,
Nothing.
nobody else ever came.
You don't think, Theo, if you could put that hat on again and show the righteous dead, see if she recognizes his face, maybe?
Yes.
if she'd be willing to.
Let's leave that for now.
Of course.
Might be prudent for me. Can I wear the hat? Show y'all what my parents. No.
You want the bead?
Thank you.
You don't want the bead?
You sure?
I'm so positive.
What the hell?
Okay,
In
okay,
this warmth, I'm overstimulated by my own hands.
I keep saying that. You keep going.
I can't stand
Yeah, sweaty hands.
sweaty
Yeah.
hands. So I will put the hat on and I will show you first my dad, who is shorter than
Smash.
me. Yeah,
You
yeah,
would probably
maybe.
think he's a smash. I'm
Yeah,
going to be real.
Yeah. He's a bit shorter than me. He's probably about your height, actually. I think he's 6'2".
Not your height. You're not 6'2".
Yeah.
Theo's height.
Theo's
Theo's
height.
height, yeah,
Theo's
yeah.
small, tiny little man height.
Chumper man.
He has blonde hair, golden eyes, the same as what you've seen whenever I've went back into my old version of myself. He doesn't have any markings on his face whatsoever in terms of the angel markings.
You were your golden version at the end of last session, weren't you? Because you turned
Oh,
into
and
that.
I still was when I came out, wasn't I?
because you asked specifically.
That's
I
another
think you
thing.
dropped that.
Yeah, I will have said at some point in the conversation, why the fuck was I disguised as my old self? But we've passed that now. So he doesn't have the like angelic scars on his face or neck, but you can see he's wearing like white robes. He has them on his arms and hands, same as me. And then I will.
Just in case, does any of us recognise that we've ever seen him?
None of you.
You know, you just gotta ask just in case.
Yeah,
do,
true.
you
Yeah,
do.
yeah, true.
And then I will take my hat off, milady, put it back on, and I will turn into my mother, who is an elf. She has long black hair, brown eyes, 5'9"-ish.
Oh.
And she
Ranga's
also,
height?
yeah,
4'11".
She's also, I mean, not that the clothes really matter, they could wear anything, but she's also wearing like less of a robe and more trousers and a top, but again white with like gold bits.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will, and obviously no angel markings, for she is not an angel. And then I will milady and give it back.
Do you look like either of them more?
So I have the long black hair and the the skin texture of my mum. Also my mum and I both have the curly hair. Obviously hers is a lot nicer because mine is bedraggled.
Nice.
But we both have curly hair. But the golden eyes of my father is what I had before I went blind.
You look just like your mum.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that who you're going to get Theo to contact?
No. My mum, I know I speak far more fondly of her than I do my father, but she loved and believed in my father all the time. She went against his word by looking after me, but she always, if she knew he was coming, she made a point of leaving, making as much as it could look like she wasn't looking after me. So she did care about me, but
Secretly.
yeah, and
She was still a link in the chain.
like I've said a couple of times before, she was the one that set up the area for the cult. So no, I don't think that she's the right person to speak to. I think that regardless of her affection for me, she would tell my father straight away.
Yeah.
Does your father, as far as you're aware, think you're dead?
No, they know I'm gone.
Okay.
You took your mother's bow.
They don't know that I can... They don't know nothing about the righteous dead. They don't know that I can now see. I don't really know what they presume happened to me. If they think that I just wandered off unable to see. I don't know none of that, but they knew that I was ill and then suddenly gone.
How long have you been able to contact the righteous dead? Your whole life?
No. So my dad always said that since she died, that she spoke to him. She has now told me that that was never the case. It was since I got burned that she's been able to speak to me. She has explained that that's forged some kind of connection. Part of my soul, the soul that was my power, did leave me. So maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, hopefully tonight you'll have a better idea then. At least of what the people in Bastion perceive have happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose this is, for right now, a dead end. We keep an eye out for anyone covering their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what we're going to find in the next few days, so... We don't think this is all connected to anything else going on down here. The Ica, the shards.
Very well could be. We'll just have to keep our eyes and ears open and presume nothing.
You're okay to walk away from this for now?
No. But I think you're right, Ranga. I think this gentleman is probably best not to let him know that I know, that we know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to try and find stuff out where I can.
Of course.
The fact that that whole routine he did, it seemed practiced, intentional. It doesn't seem like his first time. There might be others like you out there.
It seems like he's the kind of guy that likes to have everything perfect to what he wants. So the fact that, now you know again, that's definitely put a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
And we can use that to our advantage. You won't be used to it.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
I definitely got a sense of a ego about him as well. I mean, why let slip that he knows my dad if he was just intending to wipe my memory?
Maybe
I
it's
think-
taunt you.
Exactly.
Formidable.
As
in a formidable foe, not a
Yes.
formidable man.
Well,
All right. Well, we'll be aware of anything pertaining to that. Keep an eye out for the eyes, the coverings. And for now, what else did we want to do down here?
You wanted to go to the... Oh, no, we didn't have time to do them both today.
The temple.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, maybe we can... What time is it now? If we don't have time to go to the temple.
You woke up and no, you can still go to the temple. It took
Oh,
a
did you mean
last
the
session?
yes,
Right.
because I was
Right.
gonna
yeah.
Okay.
Understood.
So
Gotcha.
you woke up, you went straight to Cloaks and Capes. You went to the library for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It was around 1 o'clock when you took the teleportation over. You walked down into the mist and you come here. Probably another 2-3 hours. So you're probably talking maybe 2-3 in the afternoon, something like that.
Okay. Yeah,
So
fine.
the things that you wanted to do down here were you wanted to check the place where they had dug to the Underdark,
Yes.
and
yeah.
you wanted to go to the Zareth Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were the two things that you wanted to do. So it's
Yeah.
up to you guys what you wanted to do.
Yeah. We'll go to the temple.
Gonna go to the Zareth
Yeah.
Temple.
The
yeah?
church, and we're
um,
gonna get married.
Would that amount of time been long enough for a short rest? I can just get some arcane recovery.
Yeah. I'll say that you guys can have a
Nice.
short rest.
Nice.
If there's anything that you can get back, you can.
Nice.
Thank
As we're leaving, Lenore will kind of hang back until it's just her and Theo left in the room, like walking out together. And she's just going to really quietly be like, well done for that.
Oh, thank you.
It's very impressive.
The biologists come in handy. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
You're very, very good at what you do.
I try. It's it's a good lot of practice.
She's going to like bump you with her shoulder and then go out.
Okay.
I stand there for a second, just a little bit flustered. Flush.
I'm shooting the gnome through the window.
With your mind, no, with your actual bow.
With my actual bow.
You head from this dark area of the mist back into the busier parts, and like I said, it's strange because there's so many people down here. Like the housing is small, but there is hundreds and thousands of them. So many people can exist down here, can work down here, can live down here. It's busy. But you walk through the streets, you head into the direction that you were told until you get to a small opening in the town and the houses. And it looks like it's the perfect size for like a cathedral or a temple or something like that. But there isn't anything there. All you see is the stone changes for a small square in the middle of this opening, and there is a staircase that just leads underground.
Oh.
And you can see where the stone changes from the streets to this like really dark, like polished, almost marble. There are 4 candles just on all the corners of where the stone changes, and then in the center is where the stairs go down.
So is it almost like a plaza on top?
It's just a flat ground where roll me a history check.
10. 15.
You know that all Zereth temples are built underground.
Makes sense.
But you cannot build on top of where it is positioned.
Are people
underground.
like walking around on top? Is it?
Yeah, they're walking around. You can't build on that space. And people don't really walk on this like polished stone part where the stairs lead down. They're just walking around the outside and stuff like that. You can see there's a few people that head down and some people that walk back up.
So it looks like it's open.
Yeah, it's definitely open, but there's an intentional space left here for people to go
I'm obsessed.
beneath.
Oh, down we go.
You head down, and this like stone staircase, it's close. You're almost feeling your shoulders touch the stone either side. It's a one person wide thing. You head down, you turn to the right, and you head down another set of stairs until you come to these 2 beautiful ornate wooden and metal doors that block your passage any further.
Where are we?
The Zereth temple. It's underground.
Underground.
Everything's underground.
Yes, there's many. Have as many as you like. Lenore will not. She's never been in a temple. A temple full stop before, really, apart from maybe one for Ossamet that her mum had taken her to. And she's not going to know what to do. She's going to knock on the door.
Was there someone you're specifically hoping to talk to here?
So there's a priestess here. She might not be here now. Her name's Edwina. She knows someone who I think was in limbo when I was. And I'd like to talk to her.
Very well. Hopefully she's here.
Yeah. And then she'll awkwardly knock on the door.
You knock, and you can hear it echo on the other side. There's like these huge, no laughing knockers.
Nice.
I'm laughing.
Look at that.
Stoic. Yeah.
I would never laugh at the word knockers.
No, God, no.
There's these 2 huge, like, dark metal knockers, and you pull one back, and you hit it against the door.
Knockers.
When you were gone, Jack said...
Sorry.
When you were gone, Jack said about there was 4 candles on top of the thingy. And I was like, if Josh is here, he'd make a cutlery joke.
I genuinely thought the same thing. I was like, oh, where's Josh?
These are the things I have to compete with.
How is it with a cutlery joke?
4 handles.
My auntie makes that joke every time. But thing is, I'll just be like, I'm lighting a candle, and she's like, 4 candles.
It's like, that's not the point.
Nice.
So you knock, and you can hear it. Like, this is a very small space that you have, like, all 4 of you found yourself in. But you can hear it echo on the other side. You rack it against the door, and as you do, and wait.
You can see Lenore's even like, as she knocks, she has no idea if that was the right thing to do or not.
It's a temple. I think you can just go in. It's a place of worship.
I've never been to a Zereth temple. Maybe it's different here.
I don't know much about the saints, but I know a house of God welcomes all. So Do you want me to go in first?
No.
Try and shuffle past him in this tiny fucking corridor.
Might have to be careful that you don't burst into flames.
Thank you, Ranga. That was one fear. Thank you. Hearing that, she will try and turn the knockers.
As you have this conversation, you see
Hee hee.
the door opens up, and behind it you see a human woman with a beautiful headdress that has it's quite wide, and there's bits of black jewelry hanging down either side. You can see that there is either a tattoo or face paint that comes out the bottom lip and all the way to the bottom of the ears and down to underneath the dress is just black.
Oh.
You see this. This.
You have a fantasy girlfriend already.
I'm collecting them like Pokemon.
There's this long flowing, when the arms come up, they're connected to the dress, almost like a bat. They're wrapped around the fingers, and the door opens and she sees you there.
Lenore's like, hi.
Hello. Are you looking to enter the Zereth temple?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone. Yeah, a priestess.
You see, when you say that, when you say I'm looking for somebody, there's a wash of understanding, thinking that you may be looking to come to see somebody who's died. And then you say a priestess, and then she the understanding turns to just a inquisitive, which priestess are you looking for?
Her name is Edwina.
Edwina is here.
Now?
Yes.
Is it like a booking system, or can I just walk?
No, unless she is tending to somebody. I can see if she's free.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you. May I come in?
Of course. You can see she
Like a vampire.
pulls the heavy door. And as she pulls the heavy door, you can see this dark stone corridor in front of you. And there are a number of torchlights on the side, but all of the torchlights are this grey flame on the sides. There's a lot of draping, material hanging from the top, where there is obviously doorways in that you can, almost looking through this curtain, you can see through, but you couldn't make out anything on the other side. And as she invites you in and you all come into this space, it is quiet.
Are the grey candles magical fire or special candles?
It looks like magical fire. It looks like intentionally changed this colour.
Right.
Thematic.
Yes.
Right.
Love that.
Now for you. You can see as you walk down this corridor, these veils are where people are going to see loved ones that have recently passed. But in this corridor there are a lot of spirits.
Ooh.
There are a lot of recent dead.
Lenore's gonna obviously bristle and obviously stand up straight and tense.
Are you okay?
Right. It's Jinx.
She's just going to do a vague gesture around her, not wanting to spook the, not that it probably would spook the woman with them, but she does a vague gesture around her. People come here to visit their dead.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are brought here after death to prepare them.
I can feel that.
Some people come here just for comfort.
Is this also a crypt? Are people buried here?
There are people here.
As he asks that, Lenore's nodding her head.
She already knows.
Are there any statues to Zereth as there is we've seen of some of the other saints?
Not in this room right now.
Mm. Lenore's gonna like sandwich herself between her friends. Like,
I'm gonna put my hand on between your shoulder blades.
she knows that the spirits probably can't do anything to her, but she's hyper aware to not come into contact with any of them.
Mhm.
She's actually being hyper aware to not even really look at them. She's not as fearful as she was maybe prior to Dacius, but she's still frightened.
I can see you're frightened. I hold out my hand for you.
She's too concerned with just keeping it together.
You can see as she turns around and is leading you down here. On the back of her cloak, you see there is a sand timer laid on its side, with obviously not turning either way, and the sand is just fully halfway in this sideways sand timer.
She's going to quietly say just to the group as they move down the corridor, "There's a lot here."
As you move through, you hear conversations in these rooms, crying. You see some of these priests like making their way out, and as they pull the veil back, you can see in one of the rooms there is a recent dead laid on one of the tables, and there's a family grouped around, just consoling each other. But you can see there's another figure in the room as the spirit lingers close to the body.
Lenore, feeling more confident after Dacius, she does look, and I think she wants to try and prove to herself that they're not all malevolent, and maybe this spirit is missing them as much as the family's missing them. You know, I think she's trying to find any sign that they're not all pee-pee poo-poo.
You walk further down until she takes you into one of just a back room, a slightly smaller room, almost like maybe a meeting room. And she gestures to the chairs as she says, "I will go and see where High Priestess Edwina is and see if she has time to see you now."
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
You all take a seat and you see her turn, and she walks out.
Take a breath. Are there any in this room right now?
Is there?
Not in this room.
They're with their families. It's a good thing.
None of them tried to reach out to you?
Not in the way that I've witnessed. No, they actually quite the opposite.
You didn't see any of them getting, sucked away like you did that one time?
No, it was... You had a quiet it was in there. And they were the same. The spirits, they were quiet for once.
Maybe they were showing respect to the mourning living in the way that we might show respect to the dead.
Do they intuitively know that you can see them?
I don't know. Because she gestures to kind of where they walked past that family, that recent family in mourning.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them. And you're right. They're with their family, and they didn't even acknowledge me. None of them have.
I suppose other things on their mind right now if they're recently
Yeah.
passed.
They just wanted to get one last look at their families.
Yeah.
Maybe these ones don't need help. The other ones come to you because they need help and you're the only one that can see them, but maybe these ones here are quite contented in a way.
Yeah. They were quiet. I'm not used to the stillness from them. It's normally desperation or pain or...
I mean, this place is a place devoted to them. It's maybe they just feel comfort here.
Maybe they feel safe here. Maybe the protection of the saint perhaps prevents whatever's happening to the dead that don't have that protection, that ain't interred here.
You asked if there is a crypt. I can feel them. Ancient. Some of them. not even really humanoid anymore. Not even really sentient anymore, but still here.
Monstrous?
No, not here.
Do you think that if Edwina was in the same place as you, that she can see him as well?
I hope so.
Or the person that she knows?
That's what I'm hoping.
I was going to say, it wasn't Edwina, that was like,
No, I
she
think Edwina
knows someone.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm okay, thank you.
Can I look around? Is there anything in this room? Displays? I'm looking for something that shows the Saint of Death.
Not so much in this room. There are a couple of pamphlets about dealing with loss and things like that, and just affirming quotes about not being alone and things like that. Just general things to help people know that this is something that everyone goes through.
You know how Medeus and Ernest did their whole like big projects, like Medeus Midmanor? Did Zereth do a similar thing? Did all of the Saints do a similar thing? What was their like magnum opus? Do we know?
Roll me a history check.
Oh, 22.
22 on the brat dice.
22
Did you want the brat dice?
would let you know that these people. Oh, you okay?
24.
24.
Mm.
So you know that it's in a similar vein, but not exactly the same.
Okay.
When it comes to arcane, it was the brightest minds, the best wizard, the smartest of them all, the person who had made the most waves, the person who had added the most. Whereas in different areas, like especially Turifine,
Mhm.
Turifine was celebrated for her act of kindness towards nature and wildlife. With the person who originally went for the Saintship of Death, you don't know much about.
Mhm.
You know a little bit more about the person who did afterwards. They were a Furbolg
Oh.
called
Is it the current saint? Is it
the
Firbolg?
saint who ascended.
Yeah.
The saint who, after the original person tried and failed for whatever reason, this person took their place.
And so this is who we now know as Zereth.
Yes, they were called Fendrel Glumroot.
Fendril Glumroot.
Yeah,
you spell that?
Fendrel, Fendrel, Glumroot. Known for the art of decay, the art of similar in a way to what you saw with the sprites up in the wood,
Mhm.
where returning things to the earth, mastered a way of returning through death and through decay, bringing new life from
Ranga.
that, was what they were known for. But you don't know anything about the person prior. And
Okay.
as you're in this sort of mindset, you see the door open. And in walks a small gnome.
It's the same one from the bar.
Just in a dress.
You see a grey-skinned deep gnome.
Oh.
And you see a similar headdress, like this, almost like a fan on the top, like a frill that goes around the sides, and then two long pieces that come out with those black bits of jewelry on the side. And you see this person has this like black face paint across the eyes and back over the ears and round the back of the head. And you see female, but completely bald underneath the cap, with this same sort of flowing gown on. And as she comes into the room and looks at you all, she sees you. And as she sees you, there's a lingering look over you as she looks into your eyes. And you can see she stops. Hello, I am Edwina.
Hi. I'm Lenore. These are my friends.
Theo.
Silence.
See the
The rude friends.
Ranga.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
We're here because of me. We have a friend, Dacius, and he recommended I come. You know him.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
She gets out a ghastly gang.
Oh. She takes it and she says, "Well, I see he's doing well.
He
That is
is.
good."
Dacius recommended I come to see you. He did a seance for me. And he says that you know someone who maybe went through something similar that I did.
You can see her, like she's looking at you and taking in, and you say that, and there's like a nod and a slight look away.
You look at me like you know me.
I don't know you, but you share a similar look to somebody who I have met before.
Nora kind of absent-mindedly, without even thinking about it, like twirls the white swirl of her hair in her finger.
Let me get a good look at you. You see, she just says, "Don't mind us. We will probably be silent for a little bit. Please just make yourself comfortable. Would you like any refreshments or anything like that?"
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You
Okay.
comfortable with that?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Lenore instinctively stands up and gives a twirl.
It is okay. You can take a seat.
Oh.
And you take a seat at the table, and you see her like hop onto the chair, and then she hops onto the table, and she walks across the table, and she sits. Her legs like dangle off the table, like onto your thighs, and she
Barefoot.
sits really close to you, and she asks you to pull the chair in a bit closer.
Okay. And Lenore will sit so like her she's like sat with her arms like either side of like the gnome's waist so they can be as close as they need.
You like being a smidge awkward about this situation, and like you pull yourself in, and as you pull yourself in, you get close to it. She's got like these deep brown eyes, and as she looks into your eyes and you look into hers, it's really strange. Everything just falls away. You can see there's like a soft smile on her face, and you share this intense eye contact, and you begin to feel her presence. This like really maternal, motherly presence, which Lenore's probably been missing for a little while.
I think Lenore, feeling this, maybe grabs Edwina's hand and holds it out, maybe just out of comfort.
You reach out, and she's already ready to grab the hand, and like she doesn't nod, but you can feel her accepting it. You two have a emotional connection right now, and then you see just like a tear build in her eye.
I think Lenore does the same.
She blinks, the tear falls slightly, and then you begin to hear in your head, "We can talk here now."
Okay. What's going on?
I wanted to know if it was true, what you said.
I didn't really say much.
You didn't need to.
Written all over me. It's stained me.
I know of one other person who has been through what you have, has the connection that you do.
They can see them too.
They could.
They could. They've escaped them.
No. They are no longer with us.
Sorry.
You can, she isn't moving. She isn't doing anything, but you can just sense her nodding. You are just connected on a different level right now.
Did she suffer like I do?
I don't know. Or suffer in her passing, or suffer in her life? For a little while, I think. It is tough to come to terms with. But she did.
What did they want?
They didn't want anything from her.
Well, mine want everything. More than I can give. More than I would be willing to give. I think.
She was an old friend of mine. We grew up together. Under the mountains. Far away from what this whispers of this world would ever reach. We worshipped a god that fell out of favor.
Awesomite.
Yes.
My mother. She's the same.
We had heard from above that the world was changing. So she wanted to go and see. She wanted to go and see what all of this fuss was about. She left and went to a big city called Ascension. At this point, she had no further connection than you or I would normally have. Maybe your friends. Just worshipped a god. But there, when she was trying to learn about this new age, this great god Cavendir and this flame, she fell in love with a beautiful woman. Her name was Laura. She, like yin and yang, intrigued about each different side, teaching each other.
I think Lenore isn't putting two and two together, but she hears the name Laura and I think her body has a visceral reaction.
That is the right reaction.
Just, you know, when we broke into Laura's office, was there a picture of another woman?
Just
in
a
that?
cat.
Picture of a
It was a
cat.
cat, yeah.
Just a cat.
Oh my god.
And she says, they were so in love that they were both going to leave together. Leave it all behind. But turns out that Maelis was her name. Maelis. Maelis. They were going to run away together. But one day when she went to meet her at her place of work, she stumbled onto something that she shouldn't have. Something that this Laura did not want her to see.
I think Lenore visibly gets a little uncomfortable.
Laura, she says Melis tried to run. Laura caught her and sent her somewhere. Somewhere where she spent many years.
You know me because
I have seen the same pain in those eyes before.
I think Lenore's still trapped in this with Edwina, but I think she's going to take her hand away from Edwina and bring them towards her friends instead.
You just see like their not blinking, like barely any emotion, just staring at each other's eyes. But you see like Lenore's hand like snatch away and like try and reach out for one of you.
I'll take one.
I'll go
Yeah.
get the other one.
Whatever Laura had done to Melis locked her there for a long time. But eventually, I think Laura met her deserved end.
She did.
Melis woke up. She was trapped in a cold, dark place. She broke the doors off the bottom of the tomb that kept her there as the building around her was burning down.
Oh my fucking god.
And she ran. Eventually, she returned to us, being changed by her experience. Like you. Now, she was afraid. But eventually, through understanding and through acceptance, she was able to commune with the dead.
I want to commune with her.
You see just like a really... There's some age on this face. And you see just like a really gentle smile curl across the face. And there's just a couple of like wrinkles either side. Generally probably quite a smiley person, as you see there, like quite deep set. You must learn acceptance.
I will never accept what happened to me. My father. And now Melis. I will never accept it. That shouldn't have happened to me. I am stained because a woman could not hide her guilt. And I will never forgive her. I should never forgive her.
You see her nod. Not acceptance of that. You see your mind cast back to the night on the ship. The heavy seas, the riling storm. You see the lightning and the thunder in the background, the waves crashing against the ship. You see Silver beginning to bark orders as he points at you and he points at the mast as you run over and you begin to tie all of those ropes around the mast.
Please don't do this.
The vision fades. It is okay.
How'd you know that?
I do not share the same skills that Melis did. But I have seen a lot of faces. I've seen a lot of guilty people. She looks you dead in the eyes and she says, but you are not one of them.
We'll add it to the list. It's not gonna happen.
You have a gift.
I have a curse. It's a curse. And I will not change my mind on that. I'm lucky to have whatever capacity I have with him, but this is not how it should have been. And he died because of me. It is a curse.
The last person who shared your curse was chosen to be a saint.
Zareth.
Melis.
I'm sorry.
It is okay. You do not have anything to apologize for.
Malus. The
Yes.
failed saint. Why?
Nobody knows.
I must commune with her.
You can't.
I can. I can. I can.
We have all tried. But granted, none of us have the gift that you have. And you see just a corner of the mouth like creak up. Sorry, I mean curse.
Even curses have their advantages sometimes. How? How do I?
How do you what?
How do I talk to her? You must know. In a house of death?
None of us share your gift. I cannot see them like you can.
Where did she live?
She lived there, underneath the mountains, near the mountain nook. She came here for a while.
Where is she buried?
The body was lost in the Ascension.
I will find a way to talk to her.
If you do, let her know that I love her.
Of course. Of course. Acceptance.
You have to find a way to come to terms with it.
I will not.
She smiles slightly again. I believe you will.
There is a saint of death and there is a saint of life. There's nothing for the middle. There's nothing for me or Malus. There might be something for Silver. Between the two. Thank you.
No. Thank you.
I think Lenore's going to try to pull out of it.
She lets it go. We are back.
Where did you go?
Nowhere. We were connected for a small while.
That's a useful skill.
Yes?
Is it a spell?
No. It is more a connection to those who have grief.
So first, do we literally just see them kind of holding hands and just
Staring at each other.
And
How long? Was it like an instant, or did we just sit there for 10 minutes?
No, it wasn't quite that long. It was maybe 30 seconds.
Right.
Right.
And how are you feeling? You okay? You look.
Thank you for your time, Edwina.
It is my pleasure. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing her here.
I'll be back
I hope so.
with the news.
If there is none, you can still come back.
Thank you. I'd like to leave now.
Yes.
Alright.
Goodbye for now.
Thanks for your time.
You see her going up in the door. Goodbye.
And then I will be the first to leave.
Walk out and you're into that corridor again, and you head for those double doors, and you see there's a priestess there waiting for you, and she opens the doors for you as you head out.
Thank you.
After Lenore runs out, I'm just gonna kind of give a look to Silence and Theo,
Something happened in there.
uh,
She's upset.
yeah, definitely.
I don't know if she wants to talk about it.
I think she,
We'll just give her some space for now.
yeah.
She can talk about when she's ready.
We'll follow after her.
Yep.
Lenore's pacing. Like, she's gone up the steps and she's kind of pacing around, like the marble top of it all. God. Felt like we were in there fucking hours.
As we get to the top of the stairs, I'm just going to give her a quick hug.
Thank you. I hug him back.
It was only about just over 30 seconds you were in there.
God, it felt like a lifetime. God. She's dead. The woman.
Who? The one who went through the same as you?
She was the failed saint of death. Funny enough. Yeah.
Oh.
How? What happened? How did she fail?
No one knows. I need to talk to her.
Okay.
I need to. I don't know how.
Do you think her spirit will still be here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know where she's buried?
No. It was at the Ascension site she died, and the body was lost.
Lost in the Ascension?
I don't even know what that means, to have a body lost in the Ascension.
Isn't that a common thing? Aren't they all lost in the Ascension?
Well, they transcend this plane and head to the Elysian Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know at least where she... Oh, do you know, Theo, where she tried to ascend? Do
Should
any of
have
us
asked
know?
this.
We could have a think. Do I know where the Ascension happened?
What did you roll earlier? 24?
Yes.
Yeah, you will know that she went home
Right.
to under
okay.
the mountain.
Right.
Okay.
So we have got 2 people involved in this ascension who are missing.
Mm-hmm.
She might not be dead. You say about speaking to her, but no body, no certainty.
Can the spirit exist without the body?
Yeah. Yeah, it can.
So it's possible that she's there.
She was killed by the same woman who killed me. My father.
Laura.
Oh, shit.
She was sent to limbo because of her as well. They were together. They were apparently in love, and her name, what was her name, sorry? Melis. She walked in on Laura doing something bad. She was a bad person. And that's why she was in limbo.
Well, Laura killed a great many people. There's plenty of bad things she did in her life.
It's a shock to hear her name like that.
I'm sorry, that conversation sounds awful.
It was. It got worse, unbelievably. She showed me the night that Silver died. I don't know how she knew that or how she found it. But she showed me the night that he died and told me I had to accept it.
It's
Roll me an insight check.
nice.
17.
You don't know if she showed you that.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh God, it's even worse. I conjured it. Not that I don't conjure it every single night of my life.
She was showing you what you already were thinking.
She was showing you, she told you to accept something, and you thought of the thing that you feel guilt for, that you know that nobody else blames you for. Not even Silver.
I think the one that's been hardest on you is you.
Maybe.
I'm just going to give her another little squeeze.
Grief is a long journey, and acceptance is longer, and you're upset, and I don't want to compound on that, but I do, as somebody who cares for you, feel honor bound to say, I don't know if acceptance is the right word, but I hope at some point you will be freed of your guilt.
I hope so too. I told her obviously it was never going to happen, but maybe I dug my heels in a bit too much. But
It's not like you. Say you do find Melis and talk to her. What do you want to ask her?
I don't even know. She said her name and she told me she was dead, and I just knew I had to. It's like it was like a second language. I knew I had to talk to her. I know I can.
And we will.
We'll find a
Whereabouts
way.
is the mountain? Have a look at the
Found a
little
lock.
map.
Which is exactly where the Celestials are buried.
Oh, is that where that is?
Oh.
It all comes together.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
So
Ooh.
they lived under the mountains
Yeah.
in here somewhere.
Oh my gosh, I know her.
Oh my god.
Your neighbours?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Neighbours?
My good friend. Oh, when I said that nobody came to visit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I meant
other
except
than
for
Melis.
Apart from
Yeah.
Ossamet worshippers
Yeah,
that lived in the mountains.
They were really, really accepted
Yeah,
in society.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
that's how it
sense.
was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, like you said, it's close to where Bello was going, so that could be our next destination.
Yeah.
Maybe take 5-10 minutes, calm down a bit, take a rest.
Yeah. Please. Thank you. God, it just got so. I wish my mum was here now. I think she'd have the answers for this.
She'll be here soon. Just a couple of days. You can talk to her again.
Yeah.
I think your mom's gonna be pretty shocked when she hears Laura's name.
Yeah. Probably more visceral than I, somehow.
Didn't your mom kill her?
Her and my auntie. She plagued my auntie. I don't know if I ever told you in great depth what my auntie was, but she was created to just take Laura's place. It was an infiltration type thing, and my auntie wasn't able to best her. She lived with that. It's funny, isn't it? My auntie blamed herself for what happened to me. It wasn't her fault. Strange how you can.
Maybe want to think about that one.
Mm.
Strange how you can see it from the other perspective, but when it's you. Anyway, Laura. Yeah, she's dead. But she was an evil woman. And I'm glad she's dead. I'm glad my mother killed her.
That's fair enough to feel.
Thank you, Ranga.
The fact that Melis was in love with her.
Killed her own partner, her own lover.
I think death would have been a kinder alternative than what she did to Melis and I. She let her rot in the in-between.
Clearly she saw something in Laura that our parents never did, a side of her. I wouldn't have thought someone like Laura could have a side like that.
She certainly didn't have a conscience. She pretended she did, but she masked it with more evil deeds. So, the only good thing to come from Laura was my auntie. And that's it. So, anyway, I'm alright. If we want to keep going. Thank you. I needed that.
Of course, take whatever time you need. Where do we go next?
Good question.
Is there anywhere else down here? I know you didn't want to talk to Syl's parents just yet.
No. Definitely not today.
No. Not after that.
I'd quite like to find out where that hole goes down into the Underdark.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not necessarily go in, but at least have a look around,
I
see
think
what's
that's
happening with it.
It's a good idea. Yes. I think we'll do that and then maybe we can head back for the evening.
All right.
Can we keep an eye out for anyone if their eyes look like they've been using Ichor as well?
Yeah.
All bright blue eyes.
Or
Yeah.
that. Yeah, just keep a...
Jeff the killer.
A lot of eyes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure you're okay to go?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm all right. And like throughout this whole time, she's taken the planchette brooch off, and she not even knowing she's done it, and she's just holding it in her hand as just for comfort as they go. Yeah, let's You think you can find the way based on what Dargath told you?
I think so, yeah. I mean, if anything, it would make more sense to be one of the lowest points, right?
Yeah.
So, guess we keep going down.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We could have a look out for any guard or Obsidian Hunt members.
Yeah. Did Dargath say that Obsidian Hunt was still posted up around the entrance?
Around the entrance, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Right. So it should be pretty obvious, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Okay. You head deeper into the mists, and you get to a point where you spend a bit of time down there, you have this conversation, you take some time. You're probably closing in at around 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. And when you are heading deeper into the city, you get further into a rural area, and then you come out of the rural area into a more of an industrial area, where a lot of this mist and a lot of this steam and a lot of these like fumes are created from these factories that seem to be processing different parts of the Colossus skeleton. You hear, as it hits 5 o'clock, a number of whistles and horns go and there is like an evacuation from these factories. All of these miners who are working out in the fields, all of these people who are working in these factories finish their jobs for the day. You can see them all coming out filthy with these like big heavy overalls on with these hard hats and stuff like that. But you see some of these hard hats are cracked, some of these overalls are ripped, and like working in these dangerous environments, you imagine it's very bad for their equipment that they use to be this damaged.
Can Lenore keep an eye out for the person who had the tattoo, the kit tattoo?
Yeah.
Just in case.
You see them exiting and some of them going to their houses, but you see a lot of them head to one specific place. You see in this quite oppressive place, you see people's frowns begin to turn to smiles as they see their favorite watering hole, as you see a place called the Slick Whistle. As they all begin to head there for a night of revelry, a night of unwinding. Like a vast amount of them go there, and you see them getting drinks and sitting outside and being inside, and there's like loud music coming out from the inside. There's different colored lights and stuff like that. It just seems like the place to go for a lot of people to socialize and let off a little bit of steam. But
Would
you see a lot of people going through the streets.
Would it surprise you if I told you that that was his parents' inn?
That one there.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of them hold them in high regard.
Yeah. They're good people. All of them.
It's nice to see them at least be able to put a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Is this why he was a pirate? Saw the inequity?
Yeah. He was born with a wanderlust. He always knew that he was more than just the mist, and he was more than just Caligo. And he loved his family. The tavern would have been his, but he just had a thirst for adventure.
Do you see them? His parents?
Like physically now.
Yeah.
Lenore will like see if she can angle herself so she she'll stay behind her friends but look in.
Have you met them before?
Yeah, I've met them twice. Never here. They'd always come out to meet us if we were posted up somewhere. Good people.
Roll me a perception check.
14.
You don't see either of them right now.
Not now. Probably for the best.
Probably busy.
Yeah.
As we kind of walk kind of past, I want to listen out to see if any of them are discussing or talking about like the little stunt that Kit pulled off yesterday.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, that was nice. That rolled. It was so close to being a 2.
Yeah, rolled from a 2.
It exceeded 118, so a total of 23.
23. You don't hear any of them talking about that moment, but you do see a few of them who look like they've got fresh overalls, who look like they've got fresh gear and stuff like that. And you know that you probably don't know. This probably isn't it. This is probably the stuff that they just get to take home. They probably have equipment that they actually use for extracting things, especially the Colossus shards from the heart.
Yeah.
They'll need probably very, very, very honed and particular equipment for that. But you see like a few of them like pointing over to the people who've got the new overalls and stuff like that and being a little bit jealous and almost like taking the piss out of them, even though they're the one that really wants the new stuff.
Yeah.
Talking like some of them are picking up a bit of dirt and like rubbing it all over the overalls, like sort of making a gesture of like, these aren't overalls yet.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what you see.
Okay.
You head past the factories and you begin to get to a part of the land that does, like buildings sort of don't go down here. You do see some quite heavy industrial equipment and you do see where the land, a lot of this is built on top of where the spine would be and on top of where the lower part of the ribs would be. This part goes down and a lot of the extraction of the base of the rib cage and the spine, you see the spine is actually viewable at this point. They've dug down and exposed the spine, and you know that when Dagath was talking about it, he was talking about they dug too deep near part of the spine, so you imagine it has to go there. But you do see at this point, you get to a point where there is metal fencing up that has signs about employees only beyond this point. So this is where you get to.
Any members of the hunt around?
You make me a perception check.
I'm going to use a lucky just in case.
Nice.
Good thing I did.
Nice.
23.
23 is good. You push yourself up against this like chain link fence and split your fingers through and take a look, and you can see at a point there is like a congregation of people, and they're really far away, but you squint your eyes and you feel like you can see a number of people who've got like pelted clothing and more armor and less overalls, and you imagine that's where they are, which probably means that's where it'll be.
Sounds like that sign can't stop me because I can't read.
There doesn't seem to be loads of them though. There's only a couple, maybe one or two.
I'm going to grab
Every
Theo by
language.
like his upper arm and pull him towards the fence and point at them. You think you can reach them from here?
Are they further than 120 feet away?
They are way more than 120 feet away.
Too far.
All right.
I mean, I could
I
communicate
can-
with them over a long distance, but that's quite a more powerful spell.
Is there some of them over there?
Yeah.
Just gonna like look over towards them and just scream. Just as loud as he can.
You see, there's a few people who are still just like in this field, maybe just like turning off equipment. Some people doing patrol, some security. Everyone in the field just turns
Doing
around and
ground zero,
looks at
like-
the four of you.
Yeah. Look, the second she saw that look on his face, she knew she's already covering her ears.
And is it like shaking on the fence? Let me in!
You scream out, and everyone turns and looks at you. You see one of the security guards like heads over to the fence. You see this this like short, fat dwarf.
Yeah.
He's got like big curly ginger hair and walks over. You're right, lad. There's a big screen there.
Oh, yeah.
I love this guy.
You know, I just didn't really know where to get in. And I'm going to show him like my obsidian-coated weapon. Dargath said that we could come check this place out, but I've never been here before, so I didn't know if there was an entrance.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, come on.
Ugh, I'm not.
Well, no, we got a bronze here.
Not good at persuasion.
No, it's going to be a 20.
No, it's going to be a
Yeah.
natural
It's
20.
a natural
actually.
20. Oh, 12. Oh.
Okay. Could he get it with a bronze here?
You
We
get it
don't,
with
we
a
don't know
bronze.
he hasn't got it yet.
True.
You could get it with a right now. He says, "Do you have like a permit or anything like that?"
What time did you say it was?
It's about just like 5:15 or something.
I could 17 it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
is
We're
it?
not going to go in today, are we?
watch us immediately go in. Yeah,
We're just boss battle straight
we,
away.
we can either bronze it or we can 17 it. What do you think?
We got one bronze here.
We'll
We'd have
save,
to roll a 5 or above, so statistically.
we'll save the bronze, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
You
17
know
it.
what? I'll save that. I'll second wind it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Nice fighters in 2024, baby. Let's go.
Ah.
Don't know how second wind helps me be more persuasive, but you know.
Who knows? You bat your eyelashes.
Oh.
15.
15 is better. Okay. What about the rest of you? You don't look particularly like the normal hunt that I've seen.
Well, read them and weep. I was going to get a obsidian coated dagger out.
Okay.
I say don't judge a book. I put my spell book by its
Oh.
cover, and I saw
Wow.
the cover.
Did you say it that camp as well?
Don't jerk a boat by its cover.
Okay.
No, I say it really cool.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Nice.
Cool. You say it, and he says, "Cool." That was super cool. That you know.
I put my sunglasses.
Oh my gosh.
He says, "You got anything cool to say?"
Killed a chimera.
It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna tap the braces and gonna have it like glow up a little bit with the
Oh.
scales.
The other three of you roll me persuasion checks.
Oh.
14.
13.
19.
14.
Okay. Are you like replacing the guard, or are you?
Not sure. I just got
Nah.
told to head over.
I think we're here to scope it for now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
A dagger.
Said it was connected to the Underdark, so came and have a look.
You see him just waddle on down a bit further, and he opens a gate, like in the chain link fence, and invites you in. Come
Thank
on.
you. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're heading down there, and shout me if you need anything.
I'm gonna put some high vises on.
Put our hard hats on.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank
And he turns around and walks away.
you.
Goodbye.
Nice guy. Yeah, we go.
You
We'll let
head.
Ranga lead the way, though.
You head down this like rubble field. Like earth has been broken here, ground has been dug up and turned over, and you are just walking on loose earth under your feet. As you head down, you can just see you're like surrounded by this rib cage as you go down towards this spinal cord of bone that has been exposed. The bits and chunks have been chipped away and taken out. But as you head down, you can see that there is a part where the earth here has just collapsed in. And most of it looks like it's been covered over, but they've left a small part, maybe only 5 foot wide in diameter, open. And they're just sort of like there talking to each other, having a chat, not knowing that there's not a huge amount for them to do. There's just two of them stood here. But you head over, and they sort of see you in similar attire, especially wearing the braces and stuff like that. You head over. Oh, hello. What are you doing here?
Oh, hi. I've just been speaking to the Dargath. I'm Ranga Silverwind.
See them like look at each other.
Dargath said that my dad might have gone missing around here. He said I'd be allowed to come check it out.
Yeah, he did go missing close to here. Yes.
Yeah.
He was sent down here a number of months back, but we haven't seen him since. Nobody saw him go missing.
Yeah. How long have you guys been here?
Oh, honestly, about 6 hours. We're probably close to a change of shift. You can see this area now is pretty emptied out. Like most people have gone, and you can see like the sun that you can't see above the mist is obviously setting below a hill somewhere, and as soon as it goes beyond a hill here, it just gets completely dark. There's not a huge amount of light.
Does it look like this kind of section has been... Because obviously there's no one here now because it's past clocking off time, but does it look like this specific area where they kind of broken into the Underdark is like been stopped or work here?
Yeah, they don't seem to be digging around here. A lot of the heavy machinery is further off in different directions from this space.
Cool.
Can I look into the cavern? I have dark sight up to 180 feet. Can I see anything on the inside?
Are you walking up to it?
Yes.
You see, like, you begin to walk up to it, and one of them, like, turns and watches you as you head over. And the other one, like, watches him watching you, and he continues the conversation with you.
When was the last time that anything came out?
Well, nothing really came out. It was more...
Oh.
Things down there are quite dangerous, but I think we got lucky with the cavern that we have knocked through to is a little dormant.
Yeah?
You
Yeah.
make me a perception check.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
20.
20. You can see that there is... You're looking down, and it drops down maybe 60 or 70 feet and heads away from you and opens up. And there are a number of like pillars of earth that are just holding up this cavern. There are bits of like crystal and mineral and fauna and mushrooms down there. And there is like a small body of water down there as well. That's about all you can see from where you are.
And the things that you see in there, what are they like? Anything that we would be familiar with?
So this is more of a dormant cavern.
Right.
It is part of the Underdark, but there is nothing living in there. I don't
Right.
think.
Guess that's quite lucky for everyone else up here.
Yes, it is just more of a precaution that we are here.
They have connecting tunnels into the Underdark deeper.
Maybe I haven't gone down myself.
And you haven't seen any sort of movement in there? Nothing's entered the cavern and left or anything like that?
No.
Has anyone other than Razan gone in?
Some people have gone in.
And they've come back?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And what have they seen down there? Have they ventured much farther out of this cavern specifically?
No.
How far down is it into the cavern?
60 feet down, and then it opens. It's sort of like you're at the end of the cave here, and then it spreads out into a bigger cave.
I mean, we could get down with just a rope.
Dargath did say we could.
There is another body of water down there, similar to the cavern we ended up in before.
Great.
I had a real fun time with that one.
If we think back to that cavern, was that Underdark-esque?
Underdark-esque. It seems like there are a number of places here where the Underdark reaches high,
Yeah.
and we have dug deep,
Yeah.
and they have like just intersected.
Yeah.
And it seems like this is a moment. This thing is huge, and the earth was built. You know, you've walked down probably 100 feet's worth of height,
Our
which in
ears
terms
popped.
of going down into the earth is quite far.
Now, knowing that, putting that piece of information together, knowing we found a Colossus shard in that place at the Tribemont Mills, does that seem weird, or does it seem like it could have been carried from Caligo to there? Or is it weird that it ended up there?
You think that, maybe a shard fell into the wrong hands. Maybe it was transported there for a reason long ago and just lost.
It wouldn't be a case of that these are connected and that somehow it
went subterranean through and then popped up there. Maybe.
There was no tunnels from that other one, was there?
No, but there was a body of water.
Lenore points this out to the group just in case anyone else had any thoughts of it.
Anybody checked out the water?
I don't know.
I
haven't been down there.
We have come across a cavern like this before in the Dry Belt Mills.
Yeah. And it had a shard in it.
You see, he is very much just posted up here. And you're like saying things and he's like...
Right, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You've used quite a lot of spells today, haven't you?
I have. Do you know what? I have basically all of my first left.
Oh, nice.
I have 1 second, 2.
Oh.
I haven't used any of my thirds yet.
So you've used one spell, which is a second.
Well, I got my arcane recovery, so I got a 2 and a 1 back.
Nice.
But other than that, I haven't used any third levels today. I haven't used. I used 3 of my second, but I got 1 back, and then I used 1 of my first, but I got that back. So I do have some spell slots left.
Yeah.
You want to take a look, Ranga?
Kind of do, yeah.
I also kind of do.
We're here.
I can hop down first. I'll go invisible in the dark and I can have a quick look, see if there's anything immediately I can see, and then holler at y'all
Yeah.
to come down after me.
Yeah. We'll get a rope set up
I was
down.
going to say, can we have a look? Would there be any way to be able to put a pin in somewhere? And
You guys are having this conversation and you hear one of these guys comes over and he's like, you can't go down tonight
Why?
because it is late and I don't know who you are. You're just here on word.
We had
So-
clearance from Dargath. Ask him.
Yeah, you said that, but I have no proof that is true. So,
Well, look at him. He's Razan's son.
okay, and if I am responsible for Razan's death,
You said
I don't
you
want that on my head.
You said you were responsible.
we
You never saw us.
I am posted up.
We
It
can
is my
go-
job to keep people out.
We can go get a letter from Dargath. I'm sure you wouldn't mind.
All right.
Sorry. Are there many light sources here?
Not really.
Do these guys look like they might have dark vision?
You don't know.
What races are they? There's 2, right?
There is the one is a human and one is a half orc.
I'm gonna take a few steps back from the group and see if their eyes continue to perceive me.
Well, make me a stealth check.
I guess you could fly down if you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you fly down, you might not be able to fly back up.
That is a
We leave her
26.
down there.
Don't seem like they're looking at you. They look like they're meeting a bit of resistance here,
Mhm.
and they're like their masculine urge to keep people out is
Mhm.
kicking in. So they're like dogs who found a bone and they're like no, and you just slip away.
Okay. I'm going to kick some rocks loudly so that they look in my direction.
You kick rocks loudly, and one of them turns around and looks at the floor.
Which one?
The human.
The human. I'm gonna sneak towards the entrance to the
You
cave.
sneak towards the entrance of the cave.
So it looks like there would need to be some kind of way to get me down.
There is this is a cavern. There are pieces of rock that jut out in areas. It is uneven.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably find your way down.
Mhm.
It'll just need some checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go
Go for
down.
it. Roll me a acrobatics check.
I thought it was a 1.
I thought that
I
was a
did
1
as
as
well.
well.
Oh, hey! You thought correct. So that's an 8. Would a Barunzia save me?
Yes, a Brunzia would save you.
Well,
a Brunzia would save you.
I think you popped the Brunzia.
I'm going to feel
That's
my
fucking
start
hilarious.
to
dear.
slip. And then I'm just going to whisper, Brunzia, steady me.
It was nice knowing you, Silence.
Is that a what?
Oh no!
I will, if I'm able to, get my wings out
Yeah.
and fly down, but I have failed the check critically. I am fine
You
to
can't
accept.
critically fail a skill check,
Okay.
but you have failed the skill
Yes.
check. So you are currently falling.
Okay.
So
Can I get my wings out?
We have
hold
no
up.
clue.
Hold up. I'll give you a chance before you have to burn that.
Okay.
So
Oh my God.
you move your foot towards the hole, and some of this like loose soil and earth underneath your foot just slips away, and you just fall sideways into the hole.
I love
Give
if we
me,
just stood there and all we hear from the hole is
give me a athletics
Oh,
check
bird.
to try and reach out and grab onto some of the stone.
Oh,
21.
21.
nice.
You slip down and you like hit yourself on the side, but as you hit yourself on the side, you just like put your fingers out and you can feel your fingernails tearing, but you grab onto something on your right hand, and as the weight of your body, which isn't very much because you are quite slim, like pulls on your arm, you're able to just hold onto this like slick rock, and you find somewhere for your foot, and you like steady yourself. You've fallen
We
maybe
have
only
no
about 10 feet into the hole.
Could I have one?
Yeah.
Would you like to continue to walk down?
Yes, please.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
oh my god, here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, that is 20.
20. You see that there's this pillar that doesn't connect to the roof. It's like a tall, rounded stalagmite.
Wait, coming from the roof?
No,
It's stalactite.
like tight from the floor.
Yeah.
It's like a rounded one, and you hop
Oh, no,
onto
on
it.
the floor?
Yeah.
That is a
Stalagmite,
stalagmite.
I thought it was.
Went on the roof.
You hop onto the top of it, and then you hop onto a rock further down, and you gracefully make your way to the bottom, rescuing the situation.
Nice. Can I do a quick perception check? Anything living down here?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a perception check.
It's full of monsters.
Just fucking monsters.
29
everywhere.
The whole floor is
monsters.
monsters.
That is 28.
28.
It's actually a giant monster mouth, and it just.
You get down here, and you can see that you are in like the smaller part of this cavern, and as it opens up, it heads down a little bit, and that's where the body of water is further in. There are crystals and minerals and bits of like moss and some strange plants growing down here, but there doesn't seem to be any monsters in here right now.
If I look up at the stalactites, do any of them look like those freaky little things we saw before?
With a 28, no.
Okay. Okay.
That's good.
So,
They suck.
as this is happening, these two are like, yeah, go and get your letter and then come back, and if you get it, we'll let you in. But otherwise, be gone.
Okay, well, thanks for your time letting us have a look, I guess. Gonna turn around and then notice that there's only 3 of us and look at these two and go, yeah, it's time for us to go. I'm gonna, as we're walking away, give Theo a nudge. Where's Silence?
No idea.
Do you think she went in?
I think so. Should we go in?
Can I quickly have a look behind me? Can I see if there's like any fresh tracks going towards the hole?
What did you roll on your
Oh god, yeah! I
original
would,
stealth check?
oh my god, I would not be able to
It
see.
can't
was
remember.
24?
I think it was 26, wasn't it?
24 or 26, yeah. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, you know what? I could get it with
With
a
an actual 20.
19 or
Okay.
20.
Go on.
That's close. That sure is close.
Wow. That's
you were
eight-
right
that's
there.
18 off.
So close,
Wow.
kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh no. I just
I rolled
maxed
2
out
already this
20, no.
session.
I'm gonna nudge Theo, and be like, "Can you talk to her?"
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to aim a message just down the hall.
So you're walking away from the hole now.
Yes.
And
So am I-
can it pass through?
Well,
rock?
it can curve.
Can it curve?
It can curve.
Okay.
So if it goes 60 feet down, as long as we're like more than closer than 60 feet, it can curve down.
Okay, you're still within that distance.
I'll do that. I'll send pops some messages just kind of in that area, hoping to hit a certain someone.
I'm gonna pretend to tie my shoelace to give us a reason to stop.
Okay.
Are you down there?
Even though I've got Velcro boot. No.
What did you say, sorry?
Are you down there? Where are you?
Does it reach me?
Yeah, it reaches you.
Yeah, I'm just having a little look.
Okay.
Just stall a second.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm just
Stall.
specifically looking to see if I can find any tunnels that lead out of the cavern.
Okay, you three. I'll roll me an insight check. These are all good noises, but I haven't heard a number yet.
Monkeys
Natural
over
20 for a
here.
22.
Nice.
Also a
amazing.
natural 20 for a 22.
Oh my god.
I got you 13.
I mean, it's still not the worst, but 2 20s? Wow. Okay, so...
Me and Ranga on every level but physical.
We are
Nice.
you wolves. You notice that as there's this sort of like this almost not argument, but this point of contention comes up, and you're like talking back and forth and stuff like that, and trying to ask why and like pleading and stuff like that. You see one of them sort of like checks their watch and looks at the other one, and the other one looks back, and that's when the vibe changes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And that's when they're like, you don't have your permission, just clear off. And they start to like try and shoo you away.
Lenore's
Just
gonna...
a second, Ranga's tying his shoe.
Lenore's
Okay,
gonna...
well, they look like Velcros to me, so...
Listen, Velcro could be quite hard sometimes. even
yeah.
though
Have you ever worn Velcro shoes?
He's
I
trying.
have Velcros on right now. He goes, shh, shh.
Well, Ranga's trying his best. Ranga's there like trying to like put it the wrong way.
Wrapping underneath the shoe.
They're obviously trying to get us to walk. Lenore is going to walk with them, hearing Theo say stall. She's gonna be like, anywhere to drink around here?
Yes, there is the Slick Whistle. Just, it's up past the factories, slightly to the east. You'll find it.
Are you going to be
huge.
there?
Yes, I'll be there.
What's your name?
You see him, like...
And your friend's name?
I am Ivan and he is Ericsson.
Ivan Erickson. Oh my god, is this one man in
Like a cat dog situation.
Well, I've never been to Caligo or the Mists, and I think it would be nice to maybe be shown around a little bit.
Make me a persuasion check.
Nice.
Oh. Sorry. Sorry. 26.
26.
They stand no chance.
You see like the guard just like drop slightly, and he's like, and what was your name, sorry?
I put my hand for him to kiss it. My name's Lenore.
He takes the hand underneath, kisses it gently. It is a pleasure to meet you, Lenore. Yes, I will be there maybe in 45 minutes to an hour.
Promise?
Yes, I can buy you a drink.
All right.
We can show you around the mists a little bit. There's not a huge amount to see, but I can tell you where to go, where not to go.
All right.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that, Ivan.
You hear the other one go,
And Ericsson.
and Ivan like looks at Ericsson, and he's like, yes, but you have to go now.
Was that enough time?
What were you trying to do in the
That's
time?
a good question. You told us to stall. What are you doing?
I just want to do a perception check, see if I can see a tunnel coming out of here
Okay.
to go deeper into the Underdark.
You rolled a what?
28.
You can see that there is no tunnel out of here, but you can see that this body of water leads away into darkness, as if it leads is if there was going to be somewhere to get out of here, this would lead deeper into somewhere
Like
else.
further down.
Yes.
Right.
Unless you'd have to go like an underwater tunnel,
Yeah.
essentially.
Okay, I will get out my wings and I will fly out of the hole. And I will still be invisible.
Okay. The wings come out, and you begin to fly up. And where do you go to?
I will I've got a minute of flying, so I will fly kind of further away from my friend, so I'm like landing on the opposite side.
Mhm.
I'm still going to be invisible because I can't control it. And then I'm going to walk back to my friends from the opposite
Mhm,
direction from the hall.
Yeah, you see them like as you come into view. Ericsson's like looking for the fourth person, and he sees you, and he like clocks you, and he just knows that no one's down the hall. And they finish the conversation with you, and they head back towards the hall. And
as they're walking away, I'm gonna like whisper to everyone, those two guys are being a bit weird.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt before, but when that guy checked his watch and you said there was a vibe shift at that point, I want to ask, what time is it?
it is 25 minutes past 5.
Is that when you change shifts?
Maybe.
So that's 40 minutes from when we're going to meet.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
I'll get up to the group and be like, what's taking y'all so long? I wanted to get back. Do
Ranga was tying his shoe.
I was having some wonderful conversation.
you need a hand?
I still haven't done it yet.
We all just helped Ranga tie his shoe.
I help Ranga with his shoe.
As Silence bends down to do my show, I'm gonna just whisper to her. After we leave, do you think you could double back and keep an eye on him for a quick sec?
Of course.
We're acting a bit strange.
I'll stand up and I'll like tap his shoulders. I'll be like, anytime, Ranga.
Thank you. And we'll walk off.
I'm going to
You
give
guys-
Ivan a little.
He blows a
She
kiss
catches
towards
it.
you. I'll see you in 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They head back towards the area that has descended into the Underdark.
When
Sort
they're-
of hanging around the top.
When their backs are turned, can I immediately swoop around and like, is there like a rock formation I can like hide behind?
Yeah, there's like a build-up of earth where people are like taking it and disposing it here.
Mhm.
And you sort of get near that and give me a stealth check. The three of you are
I
just
will-
walking further away, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
for now.
Also, if it's nighttime, I will be invisible.
Well, you're in a cave, aren't we?
Cocked.
You have advantage
should be
anyway.
invisible.
No,
anywhere.
I'm not in a cake. A cake? Fucking
She is
hell.
not caked up.
What
no,
the
she's
hell?
not. To be so fair, she's not. 20.
20. Okay, very good.
As we're
Um,
walking away, we should go down there. I don't think we should wait till tomorrow. I'm curious now.
As before I turn away, I will say quietly to the group, I think the body of water is a tunnel further into the deeps. Whew, goodbye.
Do you guys walk further away?
Yes.
Yeah?
Hmm.
Where are you going?
I'm not opposed to going in if you think that's the right thing to do. How are we going to get out?
There's ways to get out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just a hole.
You want to go in?
I kind of do, yeah, but not really. I'm not willing to attack other members of the hunt.
No.
I've asked Silence to keep an eye on them. Maybe she can, if you can keep in contact with her, Theo, we might be able to get a little chance to get in.
Say that again? I can keep in contact with Silence.
Yeah, keep in contact with message.
Yeah.
She might see something, because said they were being a bit dodgy.
I'll do that. I'll kind of similar to what I did in the tavern. I'll just keep pinging you every so often. We'll kind of head around a corner maybe if there is one, just so we're out of sight, but within range of view.
Okay.
Ideally, if there's like a little alcove, because we know they're going to be leaving fairly soon. If there's a little alcove we can hide in
Mm-hmm.
while they walk past, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you post up behind a mound of earth closer to them, and you guys maybe hide behind a bit of this machinery that's at least 120 feet away from where you saw Silence last, and have a decent view, but you're quite far away. You three make me perception checks at disadvantage. You just make me a perception check.
Oh.
No.
15.
Natural 1
Ew.
for a 6.
8.
28.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so the next 5 or so minutes passes, and you see them just head back over and begin to talk to each other again. And as they begin to talk to each other, you see a new member of the hunt, but just one, begin to walk over. You see somebody that you've met before.
Mm-hmm.
You see Jeff.
I come up
Oh my
hide and
God.
Hi, Jeff.
I knew it was going to be either Jeff or Dargar.
Great.
Oh my god.
You see Jeff
Fucking Jeff.
walking
Oh
over,
my god.
and
You've manifested this.
I have. I've
You
manifested,
You manifested
evil Jeff.
this.
you see like a small conversation between the three of them, and then the two begin to head off in the direction of the Slick Whistle to go and meet up with Dave for the night.
Woo!
Who
Who's
won't
not
be
gonna
there.
Hey,
Uh,
you can head there later. You can talk with them later.
Yeah.
And you see Jeff just picks up his duty here. And they walk off past you lot, up to the metal fence, and out. You see at this point, almost everyone has left these fields for the day. This is just a place where people do their work, and apart from maybe a bit of security across the fence, like the gentleman that you met earlier, there's nobody really here. And you see that person does do a lap close to where Jeff is, like the closest point to the hole where Jeff is. And Jeff like gives him a little, and you see him like wave down to him, and he continues on his like route and goes and posts up in his little tower where he would, just to keep a little
I
bit of
bombed
a
the tower.
spot. Jeff isn't in there.
Oh,
This is the guy you met earlier.
okay,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
No,
Jeff
never
is
mind.
still just near the hole.
Jeff's innocent, I'm telling you.
Is he doing anything interesting?
Pink check for Jeff.
You
Absolutely fucking not.
you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and it gets to a point where you see Jeff checks his watch, and as he does, you see him sort of look around, and you see him turn, and he goes to the hole, and he descends.
Oh!
Damn it, Jeff!
I'm messaging you. I'm like, status update.
He's going into the hole. I can go have a look. I could see the water from the entrance.
Go on. See what you can see.
I'll sneak over to the entrance.
So, just as you're about to sneak over to the
Oh
entrance,
my God.
Mm-hmm.
you three don't see this at all.
Oh.
And you almost don't see this. But you see almost like somebody trying to perceive you.
Oh.
A shift in the black.
Oh.
A shift in the shadows
Oh.
as something else makes its way towards the hole
Oh my
Mhm.
and
God.
slips in.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Would be probably undetectable, but a 28 is unbelievable.
So, it's just a shade.
It's just a shape that moves quick, that moves fast, humanoid-esque,
Mm-hmm.
but almost clings to the black and clings to the shadow like you do.
And was there any indication that it saw me?
No.
Oh my God.
Next time you message me,
Yep.
I say something else went in after them, something that can go invisible like me.
Crap. Something else is down there with Jeff.
I knew it. Lenore's very vindicated right now.
Just keep an eye on.
Vindication!
It looks like it was watching him and following him like I was. It doesn't look like it was an ally.
Do you still see Jeff down there?
Can I sneak over to the end? I'm not going in. I just want to go to the entrance to where I was before, where I could see the water.
Make me a perception check.
Okay, that is 20.
20. You see Jeff has walked towards that body of water, and as this thing has hit the ground, you see from out of like the shadows of this part of the cave that as soon as you hit the bottom it's quite dark, but when you get a little further in, some of these like glowing minerals and glowing mushrooms give just an ever so slight brightness to the cave. And you can see this thin lady dripping
No.
with black.
Oh no.
Oh, maybe we don't go down the
But you
hole.
see the
Smash.
bottom half. As she walks, these two legs begin. Another set of legs sprouts out the side and begin to pick her up. And as they begin to pick her up, the back begins to bulb out as two more legs come off the back. As you see a Drider like walk its way, tall, maybe 10 feet off the ground. But the top half is still the woman and the back part is the spider. But the top is still just dripping with this black as it like leaves it on the floor behind and moves up to Jeff. And then you see something else. You see cresting out of the water is like an arcane dome.
Oh.
And inside it, you see this beautiful drow woman. Like grey skin, white hair. Like these very beautiful fancy black robes with this high collar that it goes up to the ears. There's like a pattern, like a webbed pattern of gold. Sporadic, not patterned. It's almost like it's been done artistically on the dress. And as she makes her way through the water and out, she like waves a hand and dispels this arcane barrier that was protecting her from the water. And you see the three of them begin to talk. What do you do?
Can I hear anything?
Not from this distance.
I will, presuming that you message me again,
Yeah.
I will relay all of that back.
We need to decide now what we're doing.
I can't fly back out again. I would like to get closer, but I don't know that I can do so safely.
Oh, God. This just fucking...
Oh my god.
I can get you out. I can get myself and one other out.
I'd say this. Lenore says she can get you out. Go down there quickly.
I have to be. No, I can use Thunderstep.
It's fine. We can get you down.
Okay. I can get down, yeah.
We can get you down.
We're going to have to go towards the hole then.
Yeah.
Right now, there's nobody up here.
Yeah. So we'll start heading towards the hole, obviously quietly still, but...
The three of them meet up with you at the top of the hole.
Give me 1 second, sorry.
Do you want to go, Ranga?
Sorry, the last thing on my phone.
What is
It's something... I made it on Canva. I had Canva open from looking at Silence's backstory.
Does this black stuff look like ichor?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm...
Fucking...
Shit. Oh, God.
I don't think we should go down yet. I think you should go down for
God.
now. Like, secret, like... I don't want to fight three fucking monsters
I
right
I'd
now.
say that none of these have blind sight, though, is the
Well,
thing.
that's
Might
true.
do, especially
Oh.
things that are subterranean.
Yes, and oh fuck, I've accidentally got myself set to level 12 again. 1 second.
Nice.
That's what we're at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just you. You're level 12.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll go down there. I'll solo these
We
guys.
actually
Yeah.
sacrificed all of our levels to make you
Yes,
level
yeah,
12.
We're level 1.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
You should be as well. It's crazy. Can't
I
believe
know. This is because I keep forgetting to fucking print my spells. I do have Pass Without a Trace.
Ooh.
So,
it. So you all meet at the top of this cavern, and you see that Silence points out to you that there is this half woman, half spider that is dripping ichor on the floor. There is a hunt member in Jeff, and then there is a drow that looks regal, and you can just instantly get the magic user vibe straight from them.
Oh, man.
So what are you thinking of
I'm
doing?
going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to start heading down. Do you have fly? Did you get fly?
I haven't copied it yet.
Okay. That's
To be
fine.
clear, with Thunderstep, will I be able
Everybody
to?
just look at me, just in case I fucking open. No, it's all good. Karen.
It has to be a spot I can see, but it's 90 feet. Would I be able to, if I was at the bottom of the cavern looking up, be able to see? The
You'd be able to see like
Okay.
the shelf. Yeah.
So I could get myself and someone else out if we needed to.
yeah, 100%.
Very loudly.
Cool.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
would be in a position.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You
To
would
be-
probably
Yeah.
hope at that point you'd be
To be
out
clear.
of sight.
Yeah.
It would be anyone within 300 feet can hear it.
Everyone in the entire world.
To be clear.
To be fair, this
Yeah.
like excavation site is huge. You feel like the only people who would hear you would be the people down here.
Yeah.
Which is part of the problem because if they
Yes.
give chase.
Yeah.
I can always do a big shout again.
yeah.
It's louder than the thunderstep.
Yeah,
Actually, it's louder
definitely
yeah.
louder than the 300 feet.
Yeah,
Ranga's
yeah.
big yell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You know, that's the thing making the ichor. It's got to be connected to my dad.
I've still cast Pass Without a Trace, just to say, regardless of whether or not we go down,
Totally
just so
fine.
that we can have this conversation
I need
upstairs.
to be able to hear.
It can't be a coincidence that Jeff encountered you, said something about your brother, and now is in the Underdark where your father was last seen.
Yeah. Gotta find out what he knows.
You said that one of them was looking at Silence like they were perceiving her. Or something.
I think it was this. I think it
Who? What?
it was the yeah, but I don't think they actually saw me because I asked after, did it look like they saw me? And he said
No,
no.
nothing saw Silence.
Right, okay.
I vote. I don't want to seem like a coward, but that lady with the big arcane magic, and the spider creature, and Jeff. I think if we get into some kind of altercation here, it is going to be very dangerous. I think what might be better is tomorrow trying to corner Jeff up in the hunt.
Yeah.
See if we can get Dargath on board and try and find out what he knows, what he has said to these people. As much as I would love to go down there and talk to that lovely drow lady over there, but I think maybe we try and catch Jeff on his own.
I agree.
Um,
He was posted up at the hunt, wasn't he?
Can we at least just watch and see if they do anything?
Of course.
Yeah, let's.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay, we're gonna cast.
Fireball.
Oh, no, I don't have that one. So I got my component yesterday. If I can cast it. And I kind of turn away a second, and I cover my ear with my hand, and you hear this almost like visceral crunch.
Oh, God.
And I flinch kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of keep covering my ear with my hand.
I know what he's doing.
And I'm going to cast Clairvoyance.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The hearing one.
Oh my
You can
God.
stick your ear on the wall or something.
I'm going to put it in the downstairs, in the down bit.
Wow.
Um,
Clairvoyance.
I think I can still just kind of do stuff. Like, it doesn't say I can't like walk or anything. Well,
What does it say?
So it just says you create an invisible sensor in a place that's familiar to you, or a place, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you. So
Mhm.
I know obvious location. It remains in place for the duration. When you cast a spell, choose seeing or hearing. I'm choosing hearing. You can use the chosen sense as though you're in its space. As a bonus action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. If someone can see invisibility, which is one I'm putting a risk on here, but that's okay. Then
don't
it
know.
sees a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
But can we go skedaddle
Yeah,
behind
that's
the
why
mound?
that's why I'm saying we can leave.
Yeah, okay.
We can head off now because I can still do stuff while that's happening.
Okay. I think
It's
that's
not
a
like
good
the
idea.
find familiar one where I can't see or hear.
Mhm.
I can, yeah. So I'm gonna say, go. I'm kind of still covering my ear, and you can see like there's a couple of drops of blood just kind of Just dropping off as we kind of go.
I guess I'll sneak away.
I'm like, don't worry, just go. And I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna say skedaddle just in case they can see.
You head away a little bit, and you send this sensor down to near where the conversation is being had. You hear 3 voices, 2 of them feminine and 1 of them masculine. You can probably dictate that one of them is Jeff.
Yeah.
You can't maybe tell exactly who is who. You hear one of the feminine voices say, "We have found the temple. Now we're waiting on you two." You hear another feminine voice say, "Well, the vessel's almost ready." You hear the masculine voice say, "We've got a lead. We think he's got what you're looking for. Well, what your doctor's looking for."
As someone who has interacted with Jeff, does this sound like Jeff usually sounds?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
"We've got what your doctor's looking for." And you hear the voice say, "Oh, is that right? Then it looks like all systems are go, doesn't it? Well, that's if this person wants to give it up. And I don't think that your doctor's the most persuasive. So do you want us to leave it in our hands? Or should we send him to you?" I don't know. I think that we're a little more intimidating than you are. I would have to agree. But I don't think intimidation's going to work on someone like this. And we need what he's got. Everything falls apart if we don't have it. The vessel, the temple, none of it matters. You're right. Oh, I guess I'll leave it in your capable hands. And the last one says, "I wish you would stop fighting. Is there anything else to report? We haven't cleared out the temple. We're going to have to send a few people there tonight to make sure it's clear. Nobody's been there in hundreds of years. Well, you get that done, and I'll secure it." Okay. You hear, bits of that conversation just continue.
Oh, okay. I'll relay everything as I kind of hear it. My voice sounds a bit strained, but I kind of relay the conversation as we skedaddle out of there. The range is a mile, so we can travel well out of here.
Hear one of the female voices again say, "I'm still worried about this vessel." And you hear the other female voice reply back, "Oh, well, don't be. He's such a little soldier. And she's slipping into his mind. She's infiltrating. She's very charming." You hear what you assume is Jeff. He shudders a little bit. "Okay. Just make sure he's ready. Anything else?" And you hear them begin to wrap up the conversation. You hear the female voice again say, "We're close. Now don't fuck it up. Goodbye." And you hear a spell being cast. And you hear the displacement of water again. And you hear footsteps leaving.
Who is it?
Potentially Arena.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we also spoke to, in campaign 3 in Osrendith, who was it that we spoke to with the door and the weird room? Was it a Shade Mother?
Oh.
But she was different, wasn't she?
She was, wasn't she? I can't even remember what she was.
She was like a slug. Was she not?
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
The one that we killed?
Yeah. Although she turned into ash and then returned to somewhere, didn't she?
I mean, there was a few of those around, didn't there?
Yeah, there was a
one
few
under the
Shade
church.
Mothers. Yeah.
I'm almost entirely
Mother, wasn't it?
certain Den Mother.
Den
yeah.
Mother.
Sorry, that's it. Den
Silence wouldn't know this, but to ask on everybody's behalf, would people know that Are the Driders in this world canon to D&D? Are they drow that get transformed? Or are they their own thing within this world?
In this world, most of Driders are drow. You can't really see the coloration of this woman's skin as she is like just dripping in black. But the other woman that you saw was drow. And you know that drow do originate from the Underdark, but a lot have come topside and just live in, like Maelys did.
As they wrap up the conversation, I will switch it to scene just to see if Jeff does leave the hall, whether he goes with them.
So, as they come back up, you see all of you make perception checks.
Oh, an extra 20.
Nice.
15.
25.
Total of Margaret?
A total of 26.
Nice.
23.
Okay. As Jeff pops back up, the three of you only see Jeff as he pops back up onto the top and just continues his station here.
Yeah.
You see, as this like figure gets to the top, it's still hard to make her out as she blends in perfectly with the darkness. But as she's gotten topside again, you see that she has reverted back to being bipedal. And she's just walking away.
What does she look like now?
It's hard to tell.
This is the spider lady.
The hair,
The long
is-
black wet hair.
like, parted in the middle and barely, like, shows much face. And the clothing is dark, and you can see it's just all, like, doused in this black ichor.
I will say, it's not just Jeff who's come back up, so be careful. She
was-
blends into the shadows like you do.
She was the one that I could see.
She turned back into a woman.
Yeah, I saw her on the way in. She started off as a woman and then went into that spider thing.
She's staying with Jeff or is she leaving?
Is she staying with Jeff?
She's leaving, Jeff's staying.
Jeff's staying. She's left.
Oh, I really want to capture Jeff and make him talk.
I know. We can, if you want to. I don't know if he might have an advantage being here, but if you want to, Ranga, I'm with you.
Can maybe wait until he leaves.
Yes.
I think we try and catch him at the lodge tomorrow, because then maybe we might have Dargath's support as well.
There's nothing to really say that he'll go back there.
If you want, we can. Some of us can stay here. Some of us. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh! I thought that was my dog. Sorry. The dogs.
The dogs did touch.
Someone can stay here and keep an eye out. Someone can go tell Dargath. Maybe we can bring Dargath here and wait for him. Because you're right. There's no guaranteeing he'll go back to the lodge.
Take quite a while to get back to the hunt.
Yeah.
Couldn't you send a message to Dargath, ask him to come down here?
Yes.
As the spell ends, by the way, you hear this second loud visceral crunch from me. And I take my hand away and I very quickly cast another spell and prestidigitate. There's like blood all kind of down the side. I prestidigitated away.
Oh my
You
god.
probably noticed that.
Did you just send your ear down in the cave?
Kind of.
You all right?
Yeah. It's fine.
All right.
I can, yes.
Try get him to meet us here. Tell him that.
Yeah, but then he'll have... If he sees Dargath coming, he might have a chance to run back into the hole. It's a sticky situation.
I mean, it required an arcane barrier for the lady to get through the water. Do we have any indication that Jeff can do that?
Don't really know what Jeff's capable of.
I think what might be of a greater worry is that if that lady creature thing is still hanging around, keeping an eye on the place, maybe we, messing around in her bag, whatever she's doing, she could be like tying her shoes. She could still be there, and if we intercept Jeff, she could let the drow lady know straight away.
You know, as much as, Jeff doesn't look like much, he's a fully fledged member of the hunt. He
Yeah.
can hold his own.
But regardless, they're tied to what happened to your father. So we're going to have to get involved with them at some point.
Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, don't underestimate him.
Yeah.
Do you think that the vessel they're referring to is your father?
Sounds like it. That woman, the car looks like the Icar. I imagine it might be. My dad's ear looked like it was full of it.
Mm-hmm.
She's sorry.
Go ahead.
She said the doctor. And I know I mentioned it in passing about our Uncle Rufus
Mm-hmm.
and what he went through in Myra. And they referred to him as the doctor too.
It has to be the same person.
It has to be.
Jeff did say that he was going to get this thing, right? And that he was going to bring him there. Maybe we could follow him.
They also
Yeah.
mentioned looking at this temple, exploring this temple tonight.
I think.
What we need to do ultimately in the long term is find a similar magic, some way to get through the water.
Do you think that we need magic to get through the water, or do you think this person? You said she looked almost regal. Maybe she just didn't want to ruin her clothes and hair.
It's very possible. It's also very possible that...
Sometimes magic users can be a bit like that.
Oh, right.
My father. Respectfully.
If we get down there, we're not in immediate danger, I can always test it out, see how far he goes. I can hold my breath for pretty long. We tie a rope, I can give it a tug if I need to be pulled back.
That might be an idea. We have no way of knowing either way. I mean, if it was only a short distance, could there not have been a teleportation she could have done, or...
I see what
Yes.
you're saying. You're thinking she used the orb to traverse the water to breathe. Sorry, I was about 3 steps behind to that
That's
conversation just there. Right.
Yes, it could be. It could be that.
Hmm.
I think we just learnt a lot of information, and I'm worried if we don't act. I'm worried about what the consequences to Ranga's
Agree.
father will be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Jeff pay for this.
I know, me too.
You were right all
Maybe-
along. Turns out.
Well, it doesn't feel very good to say I told you so right now, does it?
I think maybe Jeff was duped.
It's someone pretending to be Jeff.
It could be like a Dale situation.
It could.
He got.
Yeah.
He got.
I Don't know who that
Doppelganged.
is, except
could.
for it's your auntie.
It could. It could. It
Yeah.
could. Yeah, it could.
Because really, Jeff wouldn't do this.
Right.
No.
So what exactly did Jeff say? He's going to get what?
So he has found somebody who he thinks has what your doctor needs. And then one of the female voices said, well, who's handling it? You or I?
Mhm.
And Jeff said, I don't think intimidation's going to work, so I think it's probably better for us to handle the transaction.
But he didn't say what it was that they wanted or needed or found or anything like that.
No.
Just that there is a vessel involved.
Yes. But they have that already. It's so it would appear.
We could always ask the miners around here if they know of a second tunnel or anything. It could be they might not tell everything to the hunt, but they might.
Bear in mind that we also look like outsiders here. The way we're dressed, the way we look.
I mean, I wouldn't say that any of us look like the rich people of Caligo, would you say? I mean,
No.
your dress is kind of nice, but
Thank you.
no offense to the rest of y'all, but we look like our outfits are a little worn, except from your brand new braces, of course. Had them, perhaps.
Yeah.
We were getting some stares when we first arrived yesterday.
Today.
Oh my god, that was today.
What do you want to do, Ranga? If you want to watch for Jeff, I will watch with you.
Like I say, I think we should follow him for now.
Mhm.
See whatever this thing is that they need. Then afterwards, I think we should confront him.
If you want to try get him alone, I could try get him alone. I don't mind.
You talked to him?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone should be alone with Jeff.
I won't be. You will be there. Secretly.
Mhm.
But if that's what you want to do, Ranga.
I think so. Don't think it's wise to just go for him right now.
I would agree.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to... Do you think it's worth Theo getting in contact with Dargath?
It would be the last time I could do that today.
Yeah.
If he said us, I don't mean to disparage Dargath, but we don't know who us is. We have
No.
every reason to trust him. He wouldn't have given you the ichor if he didn't intend for you to save your father, but we can't be 100% certain, as much as I...
I know at this point, now that, my trust's already been broken once with Jeff. Could happen to anyone.
And they were, I'm sure, on the same level of affection.
A broken heart.
And I mean, Vic is a perfect example of why you
Yeah.
shouldn't trust a charmer.
Mm.
I'm a perfect example. That's why you should. That was a joke. Don't trust me.
So,
Alright.
we could... Can I have a look around? Does it look like there's anywhere where we could, post up, camp out, and keep an eye on the gate for when he leaves?
Yeah, you can probably hide exactly where you're hiding now. You're behind a big piece of machinery. You know, other than the dude the guard who's just walking the fence. Did he fart?
No. You're the doo-doo.
The dude who
Made him just look at each other straight away. Just
the guard who's up in the tower who's walking the fence. And apart from him, there's just Jeff. So you can keep an eye on Jeff and keep an eye on the gate at the same time from basically where you are.
I love being 12 years old.
We're going to take a break now.
Oh, okay.
While you guys are deciding exactly
Yeah.
how you're going to tackle this,
Okay.
we're going to take a 10-minute break. You enjoy the art, and we'll see you after the break.
Let's go.
Bye.
And we're back.
Hello.
We've got the blind open, so Matthew looks a little bright, but
It's just too warm.
it's just so warm.
Deal with it.
Deal with
Yeah.
It's what I get for wearing white.
So, we come back in. You are still in the mining fields right now. It's getting later now, maybe like 6, half 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. And Jeff is just stood doing his watch. What do you do?
We'll
Is it past the time where you were supposed to meet?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ivan.
Ivan
Yeah.
Erickson.
Mm.
What is that name, by the way? I recognise the name.
Oh, I have no
I don't know
idea.
what from.
Is that not a character from Vikings?
No idea.
I don't know. It just sounded like
It is a very,
name.
very Norwegian name, to be fair.
I see.
Yeah.
It's the most Norwegian full name I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, but it's not a full name, remember?
Two different
dudes.
yeah.
Is there I don't know how much cover we can get. Like, maybe we could wait by the metal fences. Does it look like the only way in and out is through where we were let in?
No, there's many other
Right.
like gates in the metal fence. Like you saw Jeff come from a different direction.
Right.
In.
I see. I guess best thing to do is keep eyes on he's in the tower?
Who?
Jeff.
No.
Oh, he's in front of the hole.
Oh.
Jeff is around the hole.
Ah,
The guy that you spoke to earlier, the ginger dwarf, he is in the tower.
right.
He's the only other person here, and he's just his security guard who just walks the perimeter every now and then.
Right, okay.
Jeff is around the hole.
Yeah. I guess we'll just be somewhere where we can keep eyes on Jeff. Maybe learn the route of where the security guard walks around and avoid him on his path through.
You see, every half an hour he gets down, he does like a little patrol of the perimeter, heads back to his tower.
Yeah.
One thing that you could do,
While we're waiting, can I get in a short rest?
Yeah, 100%.
Mrs. Invisibility, is do an alarm around him and the hall. So that if he leaves that area, we'll know.
Yeah, I
Because
could
you are
do.
invisible.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's casting a spell.
Doesn't break my invisibility.
Oh, no, because of the cloak.
Yeah.
You're not just invisible, though.
No, I'm not. It's not the invisibility condition. I just go invisible in the dark and it doesn't get broken by
It's not the
She's a
anything.
spell.
Moonstalker Ranger.
Yeah, but whilst you're casting a spell, you're probably going to be making noise.
I see.
It-
I mean, we can still probably have eyes on him.
Yeah, we can.
regardless.
You have eyes on him right
It's
now.
just if he wanted to leave.
Mm.
What do you want to do?
Can we make our way around the perimeter unseen and see exactly where all the exits are, so we can try and
Hmm?
we can be prepared if he walks any direction?
Yeah, every 200. So it's mostly on this side, like going up into the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like going further down, there doesn't seem to be any parameters set up at all. So the barrier where the factories end and this dig site begins is where the metal fence is, and every 200 feet there seems to be a metal gate.
Oh, so there's a lot of
Okay,
gates.
okay.
Well, there's probably maybe like 10 different metal gates.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, whilst y'all are doing that, I will just stand on top of a mound and watch him because I'm invisible.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is just doing his watch. You see him like pull out a cigarette every now and then, puts it in, like lights a match, smokes his cigarette.
Is our plan to follow him once he finishes his shift?
I think so.
Said he was going to get something that they need.
That's true.
And even if for whatever reason he doesn't head to, I don't know even where we're expecting him to go, we could try intercept in the middle and try get him alone. I could pretend to stumble into him or something.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to charm him magically, like we did with the tour guide,
Mm-hmm.
I can ensure you succeed.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I mean, we could do that now. We could tell him return home. Then he would know, though.
It's not even that. I think I'm just worried about making a move while we're here. That's my only apprehension. If this was anywhere else, I think I would have already smacked him.
We can't be certain that the spider lady ain't watching.
Yeah. Now that, you know when you said they checked their watches and the atmosphere shifted, did it shift in a, right, okay, let's fucking go because I want to go home? Or did it shift in a, you need to not be here right now?
It shifted in a you shouldn't be here right now.
Oh.
They're in
Mhm.
cahoots, maybe.
Oh.
And he did say us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We should have maybe followed them as well.
Yeah. What has the time passed when Lenore was supposed to meet up with that guy?
Yeah,
Right.
but he might still be there.
Mm.
But he is at the Slick Whistle.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
One of
yeah.
us could go in and be like, she broke a nail and ran off. But she's over there if you want to go speak to her.
You see, like, time passes, and eventually somebody comes to relieve Jeff of his duty. 2 people sub in,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jeff begins to leave.
We will follow him.
I will recast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Oh my god.
What does it do in 2024? Is it the same or is it different?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, what does it do now? I don't know if it has
I have
changed.
no idea.
I'm not sure either. Because it was plus 10
Plus
before?
10
was
It is
before.
plus 10, yeah.
oh, it's still
sorry.
plus 10.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Nice. Wonderful.
The way it looks for me is it's obviously not quite the same as what I do, but you become like similar to me, slightly transparent in the dark. So you're just a little bit more invisible than you were.
Nice.
Nice.
You follow him out of the mining fields here. He heads further into town, and I'll make a stealth check.
Remember, plus 10.
25.
32.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. 22.
17. Thank God for the past 33.
Yeah, same for me.
Indeed.
Okay. You see him walk through the streets and does seem a little vigilant about looking around him. And he heads to what looks like a hotel of some description. You see him head in, and he walks straight past the counter and begins to head up the stairs.
Is there an elevator or something that Lenore could beat him up the stairs to?
Yeah.
Oh. I see what you're doing. Love it.
We want to get him.
Yeah.
Can she? Oh, she doesn't know where he's going though, does she? She doesn't know fucking what floor he's going to. Or
You could just
anything.
go up one floor and then head him off.
Yeah, if you press the button, it'll stop on your floor.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll
Do
be
you want to
like,
look like you or do you want to look like someone else?
should I look like someone else?
We have the hat in case you wanted to. It depends what you're planning on doing here.
I'm gonna try and get him to let me into his room.
Okay.
Someone else, maybe? Because if he knows that your pals with
Yeah. Yeah.
Ranga,
I will make myself look like. Hold on. I don't even know.
you make yourself look like Ranga.
Oh no.
Hey, we don't know which way
I
he
shouldn't. I
swings.
shouldn't make myself look like a drow,
Great
should
point.
I? Really?
Margaret.
No.
Roll me a history check. I'll give you advantage in this moment.
Oh my god. Thank God it's a 16.
16. You do know 2 people he was in cahoots with.
I see. Okay. Right. Yes. I'm gonna make myself look like Ivan then.
You make yourself look like Ivan from earlier.
Yeah. And if I'm doing that, I'm actually. Do I even try to head? Yeah, I'll get an elevator and I'll try to head him off.
Okay. You rush in. What are the 3 of you two? What are the 3 of you two do?
I'm gonna
3 of
say
you do.
to Theo, stay close so I can give you his room number.
Should we just walk up the stairs, but far enough behind that he doesn't notice us? But then we can try and spy and see what room they go into.
Yes. Yeah, we'll try and do that.
You head in and you grab one of these elevators and you go 1 floor and you come out. And as you come out, you just see him coming onto the same floor as you. And as he heads up the stairs and sees the lift open and you walk out, he's like,
Jeff.
"Whoa,
I'm gonna make a big deal to look around. And
what?"
I'm gonna.
He takes it really seriously.
I'm gonna
and he
grab him
gets-
by his shoulder and pull him into like the corner of the corridor so we can see all around us.
He's looking around. What?
I don't know what Ivan's voice was. Can I say I sound like Ivan?
He's like Russian.
Raison son. Raison son. I can't.
Why are the arms out?
Is it not
You must bounce on it.
Crazy style.
And
I'll
I
take
kiss
that
him.
and just keep going.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm doing his voice. I'm gonna say, Raison's son. I saw him. I needed to tell you. He knows about something in the Underdark.
How?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Does he know about his dad?
Yes.
You need to warn the doctor. We all need to warn the doctor now.
I can. Let's go somewhere quiet. You have a room here?
Yeah.
Come on.
He goes up another floor onto just this like long corridor, and he walks down, and you see him open up the room. And as he opens up the room and walks in, you can immediately hear somebody else in this room.
Do we see which room they go into?
Yes, you guys slowly walk up behind them. Roll me one last stealth check just in case.
Plus 10.
Oh, thank God.
19.
29.
Oh, fuck.
30
Totally fine.
something.
Oh,
Totally.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2?
I rolled a 2. I've got a plus 7 and a
Nice.
plus 10.
I'm going to wait for Chio. For Theo to check in.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
gonna be doing the same as I've done with silence historically, just kind of cheap checking in to make sure that.
Cheap checking in.
Cheap check.
Tweet. Yeah, you keep checking in. You enter the room.
I'm going to say there's someone else in the room.
He as soon as you enter the room and he closes the door, he like pushes you up against the door and he says, "You stay here."
Before you go, the other son. You saw him?
Yeah.
He's not in on this too, is he?
I don't think so. He's miles away.
I'm going to recall where he said the marsh or something
He was
like that.
He was down to the. He was down here.
I can't remember
At
exactly
Silverfield
where.
Crossroads, and he took a job for the South Garden Marshes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to confirm that.
Yeah, well, last time I saw him.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you stay here. You seem like headed off into a different room,
I'll just see
I'm-
if you can get a look at who it
and
is.
he goes to close the door.
I'm going to,
Oh.
if he can close it, can I keep it unlatched?
Oh.
Like when he pushes me up against it, can I just unlatch it?
So he's opened the front door and then closed that and pushed you up against the front door. He's then walking away to a different door, opening it up
Yeah.
where the noise of somebody else is, and he's gonna
Right.
he's gonna shut that door because he wants to talk to somebody else in another room.
Okay, I'll just keep it slightly ajar then.
You want
I'll
to try
pretend-
and walk
well-
up and keep it ajar?
Oh,
The front door that you're up against,
Yeah.
you want to open it so we can get
Yeah,
in?
yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna.
Right.
I'm gonna keep the door that I'm up against open.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
You crush your fingers slightly as he like pushes you up against it.
I'm gonna push like the hem of my coat up against it to keep it open.
You keep it open, and there's like a little bit of the clothing peeking out the door to keep it open. Okay. And he heads into the other room. He closes the door, and you begin to hear him having a conversation.
He's talking to someone and I can't see who it is. The door's open.
Okay.
Do you want me to see?
I think we should all just go in right now.
I mean, you're best suited to look at the situation.
Yeah.
Is there a keyhole? Anything you can look through into the room?
I'm gonna. If there's something I can leave wedged in the door, if I
One
just
of
take
us
my
can
coat
just.
off,
We're on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
we're here.
I'm gonna go up to the door and see if I can look in. Like, is there a keyhole?
This is a keyhole, yeah?
Can I look in?
Yeah. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage because the keyhole is not a particularly good thing to
Come on, you're so
look
good at these.
through.
Oh. Was it disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 16.
It's still pretty good.
Nice.
It would have been a natural 20.
You see there is another figure, quite tall, well adorned, and what you've learned about the hunt is the more adorned in skulls, bone, pelts, hides of things that have been felled by this person's hand usually gives you a higher station. Through talking to Ranga, you begin to see there's somebody in here who you would probably call a hunt master.
But it's not Dargath.
It's not Dargath.
Oh my god.
Do you recognize him? Do you recognize him at all?
No, you don't. This dude has black skin, bald head, like some tattooing across the eyebrows, as if like the eyebrows aren't there, but they've been like, they're like almost like lightning bolts that have been tattooed onto the to the eyebrows. There's a couple of like golden piercings in the ears, but there is like heavy armaments, and you see, you hear more than anything Jeff say, "Look, I don't know how it's happened, but I think Rosen's been compromised. Then his son knows about him. We need to quicken this deal up right now. You need to get in touch with them right now."
I'm gonna bang on that door.
You see this person looks at Jeff. It's fucking Ivan. I don't know what he's doing here, but he's the one that gave me the information. And then you hear the person say, "And you thought it was a good idea to bring him here?" Oh, look, I didn't know what to do. I'm panicking. Get rid of him. You see the one sat down says, "Get rid of him." As Jeff turns back round and walks to the door, and as he's walking to the door, he says, "Tell them they need to come now. Tell them they need to get here now, so we can speed this along. The other pieces are in place. So we just need to get our bit over the line." You see him turn round and he opens the door.
I know you're trying to get rid of me. I'm doing better. Lenore's doing better at the voice. I can send a message. I'm gonna do like a faux showing of magic in my hand. I can have 25 words. I can give him the heads up now.
You see this figure pushes off like this armchair and begins to stand, towering. 2 axes, like the shafts of the axes are pointing up past either shoulder, and you see what maybe looks like the top side of a young dragon skull.
Oh my god.
Coming off the shoulder.
Good luck.
He stands up and he looks at you and he says, "No, it's okay. I've got it. You go."
I can't get caught here.
What do you mean? By who?
I gesture to his regalia of like the hunt. I need to stay. I'm too scared.
He looks confused and looks at Jeff. "Take him into the other fucking room." And you see Jeff like looks at you like he walks out into the corridor and there's another room in this hotel room and he pushes it open and it's a bedroom and he's just like, "Just lay down. Stop trying to get involved. You know what you need to know, and that's all you need to know.
All right. I'm gonna get some air and I'll come lay down.
Open the fucking window."
All right, yeah.
See him turn back round and go back into the other room.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend I'm throwing up loudly. I am. I'm gonna open the window. Where, like, because I'm aware I've left the front door open for them, but if I could get them in through a window,
they would have to go back outside and then go up 2 floors.
I see.
Just tell us to come in.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in the room and I'm gonna wait for Theo to check in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He checks in.
I check in.
It's all fucking happening. They're bringing everyone here right now, apparently.
So what do we do?
I don't fucking know. Ask Ranga.
What do we do?
I'm gonna tell him that there's a huntsman, huntmaster here,
Who is everyone?
but it's not Dargath.
Well, I need to get this information from him. I'm gonna burst in through the fucking door.
Well, before you do that, can I grab him and go, "Why don't we try and go in quietly and get the jump on him? If he's tough, it might be an idea to, like,
All right.
attack him."
Might as well use the spell you got up.
Ranga
We'll
needs
try
a
and
big scream.
Yeah, we'll try and sneak in after he's walking back to this room.
Okay. You three roll me stealth checks.
$25.
28.
20.
Okay. They're all pretty good.
You have passed without a trace. I'm like, how is everyone rolling so well?
Lenore, you slightly open your door. It's like one corridor, and then there's a door on the left where they went into. And there's a door on the right which you're in, which is the bedroom. And you like slightly push this door open, and you can see your three friends quietly have opened the door and are now in this hall. What do you do?
I'm gonna tell them exactly where, because I'm assuming they probably see the other door now where he was
They can
behind.
see the other door.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they're in there. I'm assuming Jeff's gone back into the room with him.
Jeff went back into the room.
Is there anywhere in this room like a dark corner that I can stand in?
All of this area is dark.
Okay, I'm going to go stand in a corner and ready my bow at the door to, when it opens, potentially shoot the big guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I can get Jeff back into the room maybe.
I see you ready your bow. I'll
You
do a
don't
mid.
see me, I'm invisible. You hear the...
Yeah. I anticipate you ready your
Yeah.
bow because we're best friends now.
Yeah.
I'll do mage armor.
Okay.
I'm going to slowly creep up to the door and put
Yeah,
my
I'm
hand on
gonna-
it, and I'm going to give the
I'm gonna armor Agathis.
fucking try and burst it in,
Oh my god.
get the jump on him.
You burst in, and as you,
I don't
Like,
want them to get this message out.
if you throw, as soon as you throw this door open, you see somebody who you know because they are quite well known within the Obsidian Hunt. You see somebody called Huntmaster Zakia,
Zakia.
known specialty in slaying dragons.
Oh my god. Listen, we got this.
He has a stone of some description, which looks like it's got some sort of arcane symbol on it. And you see it's currently activated in his hand as he's holding up to his mouth. And he's saying, the deal needs to go down tonight. And as soon as he says that, the door bursts open. And he turns round, and Jeff turns round, and there is a moment where those two and you four are looking at each other.
I shoot him.
Well, right now, we're going to say that that's what we're going to call it for
my
tonight.
God.
We're going to start next session at the beginning of initiative as you fight off with Huntmaster Zakia and Jeff.
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 Jesus.
Shit. Fucking Jeff.
Oh,
What have we got ourselves into?
no. I was like, oh, we'll just kill Jeff. It's fine. He won't even be able to get the message through.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
It looks
dear.
like he is in the process of trying to send a message.
Does Josh know Huntmaster Zakia?
Yeah. He knows of him because he's a well-renowned huntmaster within the hunt. Maybe doesn't know him personally.
Right.
From what I know about magical items, like Ascending Stone, which I'm assuming this is a fairly common magical item, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the case of you speak into the thing, then the spell activates and gets sent, or is it sends it on the other side as he's speaking?
Well,
Like, could we potentially interrupt this? Potentially.
shall we make a roll
Yeah.
right now to decide if the message sends or if it doesn't? Because they're trying to get somebody to meet them here
Yeah.
to make a deal.
Well, I was thinking if we kind of interrupted during the fight, we could maybe interrupt it.
Might
I
be
don't know
good
how it
for them
works,
to get
though.
the message.
They're trying to get them to come here.
They want them to come here
Oh.
so they can do whatever deal, whatever transaction needs to be done.
You know what? Might be best if that message goes through, actually.
That's up to you.
You know, and then if we manage to sort these two out,
Yeah.
dress up as both of them, find out more from there.
How tall is this guy?
I was just about to ask.
This guy's pretty tall.
Okay.
He's I'll say 6'4". I'll say he's the
you
same
could,
height.
You could,
Yeah, I could
Disguise
be
yourself
him.
as him.
Yeah.
But he is,
You can go up a few inches.
you can go,
and
yeah,
down
you can go
a few
up down
inches.
to a couple of inches.
you can see there's round his neck, there is like a leather tie. And as it drops from his neck, you can see there is dragon tooth dragon tooth, dragon tooth, dragon tooth.
What's one dragon versus
From
all
all
of
of the different dragons that he has killed over the ages, you see that there is a like skull pauldron on the side of the top side of the dragon, and off the back, his like leather armor tapers down into like a cape, and as it tapers down into a cape, there is a 4 dragon tail, like a spiked dragon tail that comes off the back. This is all of his armor.
Stop kicking us, we're already
And he's got these 2 axes, and as he's like stood there with this thing,
Turns into a dragon.
he looks at you,
Oh!
and as he looks at you, the like stone drops out of his hand, and you see him like grab both of these axes and gets ready to fight.
And he summons his entire
And he summons his
black dragon.
army of dragons.
Yeah, his army of dragons.
Yeah, Jeff turns into a dragon.
But that's where we're going to pick up
Oh
next.
my god, I think you're right. I think maybe if the...
I don't think they're going to call him now.
Well, I'll let you say, if you want, that you can have waited till the moment the message was
What
sent
do you think?
and then burst through the door.
Because, like I say, we don't know who they're meeting. If they come here, then we can try and maybe dress up as them
Yeah.
with this guy's self and
Yeah.
I mean, assuming we beat them,
assuming.
we might have to run if these guys are...
Because Jeff said you need to call the doctor specifically, but with the doctor? I don't know. I think maybe let the message go through.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
it is.
What are you going to do?
This one's on you, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't just do this by myself.
I think
Your backstory, baby.
I
If
think
we stop the message going through, that means that the deal isn't being moved forward. So we have a bit more time
Yeah.
to investigate.
True.
But if we do it now, then if we're presuming that the doctor is the guy from last campaign,
Yeah.
we can have a very tough fight on our hands now,
Yeah.
and then another very tough fight
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
after.
So, all
And
of
it's already
you,
later on in the day.
roll me intelligence checks right now.
Oh, well, hope you come through for us here, Theo.
60.
Or
15.
even history. I'll give you history.
15.
Oh, let's go!
History, did you say?
Yes.
Well, natural 2028.
Do you want to know mine? Do you want to know mine?
Yes, I would like to know yours.
0.
Okay.
15.
12.
That was the
Theo.
duality of man.
From what you heard earlier, the doctor
Mm-hmm.
that they were talking about wants the thing that is going to be traded here.
Yes,
This
the
is
doctor won't be
another
coming.
piece of the
Something
puzzle.
that They want.
They are
Right.
making the trade for the doctor.
Right.
So you're going to, if you let this go through and everything goes swimmingly, and you defeat Zakan,
The
here,
dragon.
if you defeat Zakan, they come and the trade goes through, you will have something that the doctor wants.
That's
Is all.
Ooh.
So that's up to you.
Ooh.
So if we manage to spot it in this room, we could run.
Ooh.
And then we have
Yes.
everyone chasing us.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do you think they're bringing the thing, or it's in this room?
Oh.
Do you
They're
think
bringing it here.
they're bringing the thing
Yeah,
here?
These
Yeah.
don't already have it.
I see.
They're bringing what
I
they
see.
want.
Okay.
Here.
He's
I think-
messaging the person who has the thing that the doctor wants.
Yeah,
I say let the message go off.
I do too.
Yeah.
I say let him come.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Is that what you're doing?
And
Yeah.
even if we
So-
don't beat them, we can run away and then try and post up outside the hotel, waiting for people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're letting the message go through, here's what you hear. This is Huntmaster Zakan. We need to speed the deal up and we need to make it tonight. We need to speed the deal up and we need to make it tonight. He says the room number of the hotel. We have the money. Bring the egg.
Egg.
Oh my god!
We have an egg. Well, we don't, but Robert has an egg.
Bring the egg.
He does have an egg.
Egg.
So even if things go wrong here,
with an egg.
we've got a fucking backup egg.
Hey,
Oh.
unless that
Yeah, but
egg's
that's what they
fucking hatched
want.
in the meantime.
Oh
we
my
don't know what
God.
imagine.
Oh my god! Oh my
Oh.
god!
Egg.
Bring the egg. You don't think? What do you think? What are
Was
they going to
his-
do with
was
this
his name
egg to your
Zakan or
dad?
Zakia?
Zakia.
Fucking hell, it was Zakia, wasn't it? Yeah.
I wrote it down and not on the right page, and I have no fucking clue where I did. Ryan wrote
Healthy
it.
or not?
Okay.
So my notes are
Very,
fucked.
very fucking poggies.
Oh.
Very exciting.
Oh, God.
Very good session. We're going to start next session with a fucking combat in a
Oh
hotel
my
room
God.
against a huntmaster of the
Against
Obsidian
the,
Hunt.
against the literal
I
dragon.
can't
Great.
wait. This
A
is
guy
going to
who's
be
killed dozens of dragons.
This is going to be
Oh,
sick.
God.
I was like, what can I say that's going to be important enough? Oh, Ranga.
Is this our first level 5 fight?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And we've got all our new items as well.
I'm
Oh,
glad
I'm
I've got-
excited.
I'm glad I have all my spell
Sorry, my
slots.
notes are.
I mean,
my
you got
notes are
quite a lot. You haven't
I
spent
do.
too many.
That's true. I have
You got 1/3 level
1/3 level, 1 second, and
4
4
first.
first.
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
It's not too bad.
That's not bad. Hey, that's not bad. But the thing is, now it feels good because everything you're using your spells on feels super worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Do you know what I
my
mean? Like
god.
all that information you got from that
Yeah.
clairvoyance
Yeah.
Oh my
is
god.
worth.
Like, I don't regret a single spell that I've
No.
casted.
No,
in
it
The
feels
detect
good.
thoughts.
Yeah, the thoughts.
Oh my god.
That was really good.
That was
was-
fucking
How we worked
incredible.
together
That was
doing all those
incredible.
thoughts. That was
Yeah.
really cool.
That was a lot of fun.
That was
That was a
sick.
lot of fun. I'm really glad.
Oh my
Oh my god, I
god.
can't
So
fucking
stressed.
wait.
Yeah.
I do wish I'd poked around in there a little bit more for some secret memories, but
Secret.
The pan dance. The
Okay,
pan
well,
the band
dance.
dance.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Oh
I hope
my
you
God.
enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
We're really getting the
Lock
thick of it
in for
now.
the next one.
Lock the fuck in.
Lock the fuck
Join us for
in.
our TBK next week.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
it'll be
right.
fine.
Jack's like, let's take a digit off his health.
I would never do
It's
that.
Jack. He'll be like, gets my digit on his health.
Let's bring him down from a level 10 combat.
Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we will see you next Thursday.
Yes.
Bye. And once again, another huge thank you to our patrons and our YouTube members, and a huge shout out to our entity tiers.
Hoobs,
Ariel,
Tula,
Runarian,
Arkham Labs cosplayer,
Maddie,
Luna,
Teddysaurus,
Caspian,
J-Spot TX,
Ultrafail,
Dallin M,
Sleepy,
Joe Dragonlord 2,
Alistar,
Lawkeeper Society,
Ricky B,
Catherine,
Fowskin,
Azuriel,
Panda Queen Plays,
Xylo Boy,
Lucas Iapetus,
Luna River,
Crestomancy,
The Tacos Are Here,
Hairy Godfather,
Rain Anana,
Scrimbles,
CJ Chantel 1313,
Keplin 1000,
Pretend It's You Ace,
Liaxel,
Dana,
Captain Hades,
Sloby1,
Amelia A,
Rebecca K,
Banoffee Spy,
Tears of the Sun,
BH,
Crumley,
Dink Twin,
Light of Hearts,
Nathan W,
Timbo,
Melosaurus Rex,
The Nerdy Dreamer,
Stephen R.
Simple Gin. Thank you all so much for the support. You have no idea how much it helps.
And if you too would like to become a patron or a channel member here on YouTube, click the link in the description or the join button down below.